Welcome to the Ball Don't Lie podcast. We're back in person. We got a new member here today, Hussain.
He's a regular.
He's here more than Isaac at this point, so we might as well make him an official member of the podcast.
More or less.
Yeah, the off season's dead. Really, I'm here with nothing on the agenda except for shooting guard rankings, which we will have later on in the pod. But we want to start off with some news. The literal only thing I wrote on here, I wrote one thing on the agenda, and it's Joel Embiid potentially going to the Knicks. They said that because of this Harden trade request, the fact that he might get moved to the Clippers, they said that Joel Embiid might be the next domino. But there's been conflicting reports. I've also heard that Embiid wants to be loyal to this one team and still wants to stay for the Sixers. And we do have a Knicks fan on here, so just let's give our thoughts. What do you think?
Official Knicks correspondent.
What do you think about the possibility of Joel coming to the Knicks? Do you want that? What would you be willing to give up? Give me all the details.
First of all, I think it's cap. The whole thing is cap. Embiid is trolling. Like, really? Like, I don't think. I think it'd be a much bigger news if it was actually official. We'd have like Woj or Shams actually report about it instead of him just like just talking about rumors or whatever. Him just trolling. But if it did happen, I definitely would really like that. Other people online will have different opinions about Embiid and how effective he can be in the playoffs. But I think the team would have to still have Brunson on it, and those two would be the focal points. They're talking about, like, I've seen potential trade ideas.
Have to have RJ, right? Like,
I mean, I don't know if they want RJ basically, but it was like quickly Grimes, like 4 picks, like
Mitchell Robinson too.
I don't know if. Actually, Robinson would definitely be their best center if Embiid gets traded.
They would need a replacement, too.
Yeah, they can't just have Paul Reed out there.
Can't add Obi into that thing anymore.
Well, they signed Mo Bamba's ass, too.
Oh, yeah, that's a non-factor, too.
Playing in China.
Shit, he might as well be there at this point.
Yeah, so I don't think it's really happening, but I think it would be a welcome surprise. And to me personally, nobody on the team's off limits besides Brunson. To get like an MVP caliber player on the team and actually get you into like championship contention.
Damn, not even Randall?
No, y'all
not
trade
even
Randall for Embiid. Would you not?
I mean, yeah, but I don't think the Sixers would want Randall.
Yeah, but I'm saying you would be willing to trade.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Who, Randall?
Yeah.
No, he's not untouchable. I mean, like, they see him as like a focal point going forward. Obviously, because he's still a 2-time All-NBA player, despite how badly he's been playing in the playoffs. But he still has some type of value. But
the Knicks are probably not looking to trade him. But if the right package comes, I'm sure they'll part ways.
Yeah, but people like RJ and Quickly and Grimes, their names come up first for Knicks trades.
If I'm the Knicks, I'll try to keep Grimes out of all those players. I think he could fit well, like, on a winning team. I think you would try to keep him out of all those guys. I'm cool with letting go of RJ and Quickly, although I do like him. But I think those are more expendable pieces, in my opinion.
Honestly, don't even think Joel Embiid should be asking for a trade out until he gets out the second round, honestly.
Damn, let him know.
Damn. It's kind of his fault, like, in many situations as to why they're getting kicked out of or not going as far as they want to. Because he's never healthy in the second round, or he can't play at a certain level to get him out the second round, so it doesn't give you the basis to request this trade. And also, I don't think he wants to leave, so 2 and 2 can be correct at the same time. Plus, I saw something saying that Joel Embiid is far worse, or he has a far worse impact on the team for the 76ers in the playoffs than Ben Simmons did. Because
I did see that too.
Second round, so
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, that's a take.
I did see that. That is definitely one of the takes of all time.
But, I mean, if you think about it, him not getting out the second round is a pretty big thing, especially for someone who's an MVP and compared to being one of the greatest in the world. So
he's made it as far as Julius Randle has, man. Like,
yeah.
That's got to be something.
If he asks out, it would look really bad, I think. I agree with you there.
So I think he'll ask out eventually because I don't think Philadelphia's going to win, especially if they leave, if Harden leaves. So I think in a couple of years, but I still don't think he's going to get out the second round in a couple of years.
Damn,
depending on what happens.
See what happens next season.
Yeah. The East is still pretty strong with Milwaukee and Boston.
They're getting better, too.
Yeah. I mean, they were 1 game away from beating Boston. But Miami's about to get named, too, possibly. So we'll see what happens with that.
All right. And anybody else got anything to say on that? Or we could go to the next topic. Little.
I have something to say. Embiid is still a fraud.
Damn, still?
That's it.
That's all he got to say.
I don't care what he does.
He's a weak man. He's a fraud. He is a phony.
All right, let's do this quick little game or segment that we have that I got for you guys.
Yeah.
It's teams that didn't make the playoffs last year in the East and the West. Give me in your teams in the East and the West, one team in each conference that you think has the highest chance of making the playoffs that didn't make it last year. East and the West, one team in each conference. Because I've thought about this and I looked at the standings. There's a lot of good teams in both conferences. A lot of teams that got better were playoff teams, and the teams below obviously got better too.
I already got him as soon as he said it.
You already got him. So if you could start then.
I already know what Omar's going to choose.
Yeah, I didn't even.
Possibly.
I didn't even.
I know if anybody's ready,
agree.
you could give your team. I mean,
Oh.
Hussain, if you already know, you could give
Okay,
yours.
I'll start with the East first, at least, and
Okay.
then I think it's pretty obviously the Pacers.
That was my team too. It was the Pacers.
With the Halliburton, he was hurt, and that really hurt their playoff chances. They're already in the playoffs before he did get hurt,
Yeah.
and then they just started tanking, and then right after, I think they shut him down. Did they shut Halliburton down? Or
No,
He,
he
he
just
came back and played.
oh, he
yeah,
did.
he did play, but
He came back and played.
Yeah, for nothing, I guess.
took
So-
it easy, I guess.
Yeah, but they got a top 10 pick, and then they got Obi. So those are really good pieces to add to a team that was already going to be in the playoffs if their best player was healthy. So I think people like
They signed Bruce Brown too.
and Bruce Brown definitely, and then someone like Mathurin is going to be better in his second year. So it's going to be weird who they're going to take out, but I feel like they're definitely locking into
The
the play-in
Raptors.
at least.
The Raptors,
The
not
Raptors
gonna
didn't
make it.
make
I mean, they
Raptors
didn't
weren't
make the play-in.
the Raptors stink.
I'm
They
saying
lost.
they didn't make the play-in.
I
Though.
said yeah, but I think
Probably
the
the Hawks maybe,
play in
too.
contention.
I think the Nets could drop out, to be honest.
I think the bottom is going to be very competitive.
Not with McHale
I know
there.
he don't
Not
want to
with
hear
McHale
that,
there.
but I really do think they're the team.
Yeah,
If McHale gonna take him to the performance,
I'm not saying the Nets will, but they're the team that I think has the most likely
East
chance.
has such slim pickings to the point where I have to choose the Pacers.
No, I think
You
the
could pick the
top
Magic.
six.
No, I was thinking about it, but I don't think they have a better chance.
I think
than the
top
Pacers.
six is pretty solid for the East,
Yeah.
and then the rest in the play-in kind of people they're fighting for the spot.
They got
Actually,
Yeah, I think Atlanta's going to beat them out, but
now that I
Embiid-
think about the Sixers, though, if Embiid gets injured and they don't have Harden, they could miss the playoffs.
yeah, I think your roster's still too deep.
No, they got a one-man
Without
Harden.
Embiid and no Harden, what's deep about
Oh, without Harden.
That's what I'm saying. If
Well, they
Harden,
were-
Maxi,
Back.
Tyrese.
but with the
Oh,
pieces
yeah.
they get, it's gonna be like
Norman
Powell.
Powell.
Yeah.
Just Norman Powell by himself.
Terrence Mann's good.
Terrence Mann-
Terrence
Terrence
Mann.
Mann is
I'm
good.
saying taking them to the third seed. no
I
problem,
think
Terrence
I
Mann.
think they'll be better than the Nets. They'll have a better roster than the Nets.
No, hell no.
No,
Hell
You're
no.
Without
You're
Embiid.
tripping.
Without Embiid.
Bro,
Without
yeah.
Embiid and Harden,
No,
no matter who they get back, they're not gonna have a better team
Yeah,
than the Nets.
McHale's better than everybody on the
McHale,
Sixers.
Cam Johnson.
Okay.
So
they
I
got-
think the 76ers have a good supporting cast. Tobias isn't a scrub. Like if there's nobody able else to
Yeah, he
score,
gonna hit his
he'll score.
20.
Also,
but
I mean,
it's
Tyrese
him.
is good
He's
too,
gonna
right?
get his
First year
20.
head coach
For who?
for the Sixers.
Oh, but Nick Nurse is already an established coach. He's a championship winning coach.
Yeah, but if you got a
He's
bunch
good
of
enough.
You got a bunch of bums. It's not gonna matter.
yeah,
Like,
well,
It's gonna be-
Tobias
Tyrese
Harris.
isn't a
it's gonna
bum.
be Tobias, Maxey. and a bunch
Tobias
of bums,
thinks he's
stuff
a
like that.
killer. Bro.
Remember when
No,
He is
he's
a
not
killer.
a bum either, though.
He's a killer, but they don't even.
Remember
he's
when
a killer
Tobias
in the
Harris was
third,
the best
fourth
player on
option.
the Clippers?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was nice, man.
Yeah.
People be hating on Tobias. I
Norman
love
Powell's
it.
a
We're
six-man
past those days,
superstar.
though.
Yeah.
I still think they'll make the playoffs because I think their roster is too deep.
That's a bad take.
Really?
Without
so.
without
Yeah,
them
but
two, they're
without
not even
Embiid
coming.
and
Yeah,
Harris.
those are just hypotheticals, though. Who knows what's gonna
Because
happen?
I don't know
I
if
hope
they're getting
they-
back for Harden and like getting like a bunch of solid pieces. I think they'll make it work. 'Cause Tyrese
I hope the
is
process
absolutely
implodes.
I agree with you if Embiid's there, but without
And
Embiid,
Tobias.
I can't see it. Do you have a different team?
Didn't the Clippers make the playoffs with freaking Lou Williams, Patrick Beverly, and
They was
Tobias?
nice.
And they had Shea.
It was nice,
and they
though.
had Shea.
She was averaging like
Shea.
12. like 11, 12.
Lou Will got a whole song about him.
So, they
So,
can, it's possible.
he's
They
different.
beat the Warriors twice.
They had the
Remember that?
sixth man of the year, Montrezl
Yeah.
Harrell.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
it was.
Montrezl
At the
was
time,
going crazy.
Pretty
That
good, too.
Yeah, they had Lou Will.
six
But I'm
man,
saying
Lou
that-
Will.
Okay, but that team had no stars and they were good enough.
And they,
Because they was
West
nice
was
together.
pretty
So it's
tough.
like they were like the kind of like the Thunder.
Times have
You
changed.
know how the Thunder like
Yeah,
they didn't have a
times
star.
have changed.
They had
Not in the
Shea,
East.
but
What's
I'm
up?
talking about like the Chris Paul Thunder though.
Huh?
I'm talking about they're like the Chris Paul Thunder. They just had like
Oh.
yeah, a bunch of
there's
solid
yeah
players.
like
Winning, winning.
That's
made
what
it.
I think would happen with the 76ers.
nah.
I don't
It's
see
different though. I think
they don't have as
the
many
league is
solid
deeper
players.
these days than
Depends.
it was
like,
back then.
Depends what you get for Harden, especially with what Moore is asking for him. Like, we'll see.
Shit,
Chance,
even
man.
with Harden there, if Embiid's
Big
not there,
hypothetical, yeah.
Yeah, if Embiid's not there, he's not. Like what are they gonna get? Randall or something? Like Randall gonna take him?
What do you mean?
Like
Playoffs?
if they traded Embiid to the Knicks.
Randall
Yeah,
will get him
Randall
there.
takes it.
Randall will get him
He's
there.
not by
Randall
himself.
He's
takes
not a
But they would be
playoff.
like-
Yeah,
Randall's will definitely do it.
Randall's a regular
Oh,
season
okay.
really good player.
Randall get his
Just
20
like-
and 10 always.
but when playoffs come, he just hides. Like he's not there.
I just don't like the supporting cast. Like I get what you guys are saying, but I think you're giving too much
Randall's
credit.
fine.
They got some nice players, but you got to also realize PJ Tucker's gone. If Harden's gone, who's gonna have
Yeah,
Melton,
PJ.
Maxey?
Peter Tucker's
We
like,
don't
nah,
know
I'm
who's
out of
in
here.
the supporting cast. Like, 'cause PJ does have value regardless of where he gets traded into.
And then you got to
But
rely on
Harden's
Paul
gonna
Reed
get
for
something.
center minutes. That's the worst thing you could possibly do.
He's solid, right? He's gonna get cooked, but he's still solid.
He'll get you some buckets.
Is Harold still on the team?
Sadly.
Yeah.
He'll definitely get cooked too.
You think the Cavs will be better this year after experiencing that the lights being too
I
bright?
mean, you can't really tell until you see the playoffs.
I mean, they
They didn't make a whole bunch of changes either.
they got shooters, so
Max
that'll
Strus.
help them.
Yeah, they got Juice.
I think it'll be at the same spot they were last year.
Dr. Struess.
Top 5?
Yeah.
4th seed. Yeah,
What
50
about-
wins.
you got-
50
you got
wins
a
is kind of a
different
lot.
team in the East, or everyone said Pacers.
Yeah, Pacers. I mean, the Pacers are the only team that were out
I guess
that
Magic.
made a good that even
For
made
playoffs?
like moves.
Yeah, Magic might
I
make
mean,
it.
if it's not the Pacers, I think everybody who's made it this year is going to make it next year. But if the Pacers, if the Magic had a chance, or if we were talking about people who aren't going to make it, it's either the Pacers or the Magic.
I think the Hornets
I
might
got the
have a good
Hornets.
chance.
Oh,
I think the Hornets have zero chance of making the
No,
playoffs.
I don't think playoffs. But
Miles
play
Bridges
in.
coming back.
That's the difference.
I mean, yeah, that might be a.
They have a
That's
fighting
true.
chance
Melo
for
was
the 8th
hurt for
seed.
like mad long.
Don't say
When
that.
LaMelo's healthy, they had 2 playing chances. They lost, but
Hey, what if the Pistons are nice? Cade's coming back.
And,
Pistons are gonna be at the bottom for a couple of years.
to your point.
I mean, like I don't think the Pistons would have to make a really big trade to like get into like the other second half of the East.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah, I
they'll
think the
make
Pacers
it.
are the obvious choice.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, says the NBA is unpredictable.
yeah, the West is like because you got the for me I
There's
would
an
say
obvious choice
the
in
I would say the
West,
Mavs,
actually. Yeah, the
but
Mavs. I was gonna
it's
say.
like
Houston
but you never
Rockets.
like the Thunder and the Pelicans didn't make it either, you know, and
I
they
don't-
could
I don't-
like
the Pelicans is too many.
I don't know Zion come back, he stopped being a
Gumbo,
freak.
They were like number 1 seed for a while.
Yeah.
He stopped being a freaky frog. he gonna be alright.
Big
Like,
Gumbo get focused. He'll
Yeah.
get in.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Like the Pelicans do have a good chance with Zion playing because he is a really good player.
it's just health, bro.
Who did they add anybody in the offseason? I know they lost Jackson Hayes,
Bro,
but
who
that
the
wasn't
fuck
really
is their
big
coach?
Didn't play, though,
big
so.
deal for them.
Who's the Pelicans coach right now?
Willie Green, no?
He got
Yeah,
fired,
that's
did he
what-
not?
Oh, did he?
not gonna get
No, he
fired.
didn't get fired.
I don't think so. I don't know why you
No,
would get
no,
fired.
That's good.
Pretty sure he's still.
Good season. He had
Pretty sure he's still a
overachieving
new
seasons
new
ago.
coach.
Can't even
Yeah.
be mad at him.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
there was
making
a
it.
lot of coaches fired. Forgive me,
I don't,
like
think he, I don't think he was fired. There was
I mean,
a lot fired.
I know there are a lot of fans that are mad at him this season though, but
that's why I thought he got fired.
Yeah,
They were
Willie
I mean,
Green.
it's
upset
not
with
really
him.
his chance.
Yeah,
Because people-
he can't control Zion.
people are having memes. They're like,
It's not Zion's fault.
People
I
are
mean, it's not
having
his
memes
fault.
about like, oh, Willie can't speech his way out of this one. Like,
Oh, this-
yeah, like people could just be losing.
We gotta keep
It's not his
fighting.
fault though, to be honest. I think the Jazz will do better than they did last year. I think the rookie, from watching what he did at the summer league, played pretty
What's
well.
his name?
Forgot. But
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, and they're
You
gonna
said
make
he's
playoffs,
nice.
bro.
Yeah.
He is nice.
He gonna take him.
I know.
He
Yeah,
is
that's
nice.
make
I
playoffs
remember
with
the
the
name
Dame
of the league,
trade.
bro. I said he was nice.
Yes.
If you think he's nice, you gotta know his name.
I
Guys,
can
this,
see people that are nice and not know their names.
guys, the Spurs are obviously making playoffs this year. Come on, Wemby's taking them. Wemby's taking them in.
Wemby.
The Wemby sweep,
They're gonna go from 15 to 14.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
82 wins.
Yeah. 82 wins, 82 and 0. Nah, I'm just kidding. That would be so crazy, dude.
This just averages 40.
I really wonder if we're ever gonna see like another like Braun, you know,
I mean,
What do
yeah.
you mean?
like just GOAT status. Like,
Yeah,
nah,
I mean,
because
like,
yeah,
I feel like
100
these
years from
days,
now, the way that-
maybe 100 years.
Yeah,
from now.
okay, but like in the span of
we
100
not
years.
see
Or what if
100 years
Jokic
from
wins
now.
Okay,
three
but
more
like,
rings?
but like by the nature of the sport, the longer time goes on, there's gonna be somebody who eventually becomes better than like Michael Jordan, better than LeBron James. Maybe
I
they're not
suppose.
haven't been born yet. Maybe
But it's also like
2 years old right now.
But for me, it's always like relative to the rest of the league. Like right now, the league is so talented that like it's hard for one person to just be standing above the rest like all the
I
time.
feel like the league always gets more and more talented to the point where someone's just gonna stand out crazy.
Well, I
You
mean,
could-
I
if we're
agree with
having
the
this
first part, but I
conversation
disagree
when
with the
LeBron,
second.
like entered the league, people would say the league is more talented than it was back then too, right?
Yeah, but that's
Yes.
the point. Like my point is that
The game
there's so
evolves.
many good people now, like that it's gonna be harder for one person to
Yeah.
be like miles ahead, like LeBron was, when it comes to like the average of the league. Like,
That's
there-
why-
my
what-
point I'm saying is like people back then probably were having the same conversations. Like,
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true,
but like
that's
as,
true, I
as the
suppose, I
game
suppose.
changes, like requirements change too. That's why people are so high on Victor, because he's someone
He's an
that's
alien.
like 7 foot whatever 3, who can defend and who can shoot the
plays
3.
hard, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure his passing is decent, but
You can make the argument Luka can be like the next LeBron too.
Is that gonna play?
no, because like there's like a specific like
Stat-wise,
criteria
yeah, but-
to be in like GOAT conversation kind of thing, where like you'd have to win the MVP in like your first 4 years in the league, basically,
Luka's entering
and then
fifth.
you'd have to have strong playoff performances. And so there's like people are like, if you haven't done this yet, you can't be in the GOAT
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, he'd have to start getting MVPs like
Bro,
soon.
because
Very, very, very soon,
for
like this
LeBron
year.
talk, they'd always be like, "Oh, you know, should have been MVP 10 years in a row." LeBron, like they would always say, "LeBron should have won this year. Should have
Well,
won
I
this
mean,
year."
yeah, he should've.
We're not like that. That's hard to come by nowadays. Like, oh, someone should have
Yeah,
won
that's what
like
I'm saying, like-
7 years in a row, 6 years in a row. Like
That's what I'm saying. Like Bron was,
MVPs?
yeah.
I mean, Jokic and Giannis are probably the closest. They're still under 30, and they both have a championship and multiple MVPs.
Correct.
So.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, but there's like I said, there's two of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's these days, it's
There's
like
no
there's gonna be
clear
more and
number
more
one.
people averaging 30, averaging like
that type of caliber, like
yeah, like
close.
That's what I was saying. Like as the game changes, you're gonna have to do everything, basically, to be above everybody else.
Well, basically, you already need to
but
do
also
everything.
win. Yeah, you
You
also
need
even
to
have
make
contract
that
yeah.
shoot get played off the court.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you have to be the best defender in the league, you have to be the best passer in the league, you have to be the best shooter in the league, and win everything.
Can't believe they
So
didn't
much
give
money.
LeBron
Game's
that
a game.
POI.
Game's the game.
How much money they're giving these
That's
guys?
that's the reason that they're making money because everyone's getting better.
That's the Marcus Morris making more than like everyone in the NFL, like all the running backs. It's hilarious.
yeah.
Like
Some agents really be putting on though.
That's different.
I
Everybody on the same playing
see,
field.
I see the
Yeah.
tweet when it was like when Duncan Robinson passes by. Like, I forgot what running back he said. It was like he said, yeah, bro, people around like.
You see
That-
the
that's
big
a
crowd,
Pro
like,
Show
squatting
skit.
the 600?
Oh my, bro, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Like,
all of this just to get a vet minimum.
oh god, dude. Nah, them niggas are inhuman. Like, it's so crazy.
Bro, the whole bar was freaking bending like it was a cartoon, bro.
Remember when is a quick side note, but remember we were talking about the if you think he had 100 tries, you could tackle him one time,
Oh,
like tackle Derrick Henry one time.
Yeah, we can-
I
we
said
can
we said
ask
we
this
were like
thing.
no, like,
zero.
no, you
Like,
cannot.
No, but this is like the Ohio drill. Like if you're a super
Nah,
close-
yeah, the Oklahoma,
bro,
but you're
I played
getting
football
you're
for
getting
4 years.
struck.
Yeah,
You're not
no,
doing that.
no,
You're getting
no,
obliterated.
I didn't tell Bezler Gabe.
Alright.
So if you have 100 tries to tackle Derrick Henry, but no injuries, nothing, you just have 100 straight tries in Ohio drill, no open field, like 10 yards, you think you can tackle him?
Definitely not.
Like as you are right
No,
now.
but you have a higher because you're a bit shorter, so you can get his legs.
It doesn't matter.
That's like all I'm
Okay,
gonna
say,
try.
You don't
But
think
I
you
don't
get
think
one
I
trip?
can. I
You
think
don't
he's just
you get
too.
one trip
Bro, he's too big.
out of
Pause.
100.
He's
You
just
would
too big.
literally step on Gabe and like shatter his skull.
I
There's
might
no
die.
way.
I might
Gabe's a
die.
bit shorter, so he can hit his leg and.
It
But
doesn't
even
matter.
then-
That's
even
another
then-
thing.
But
But you don't
One
understand.
leg of this nigga is one Gabe. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
That's
even
what I was about- yeah.
I was saying, because my point was like, bro, Hussain, like, I was like, you seen the video of Nick Chubb squatting 600 pounds? That's 3 of us.
But Nick Chubb-
That's 3 of us, just a squat. Like,
I think-
you seen the running backs like take whole fucking dog piles and keep running. Like,
These are
one
like
nigga is not
the top
capable.
1% of
If
the
you jump on
people.
his back, you're not going to tackle him, obviously.
No,
Bro,
you
there
don't.
are grown NFL players that can't tackle Derrick Henry, so how the fuck I'm gonna do it?
Okay, but the reason why they can't tackle him is because this man's running like he has like a good head start beforehand, and he can beat him.
Hassan,
like,
Hassan,
a miss.
Hassan, you don't
He's not
understand.
Super close.
These
to
guys
Derrick
are-
Henry, and he's just like basically like.
You have zero. This is delusion.
I would
Here,
bounce
this,
off
this
of
is
him.
this is delusional.
Over his legs.
It's delusional.
Hussain, it
Yeah,
doesn't
but
matter. It
tries.
doesn't matter. If they're stronger than you, you can't wrap their legs. They'll just
Yeah.
run right through you
No,
every
but
single
I
time.
can trip him like, dude. If I put my
You're not
foot out,
going to.
like,
These guys are like the top athletes in the world in the
understand,
throw
I-
planet.
I'm
throw
saying,
a banana
like,
in front of him.
Derrick Henry, like in high school, I saw you had
When-
like 400 yards.
Okay, like you're what you're arguing is you're not gonna actually tackle him. You're like trying
You're
to
gonna
get the
make him
chance.
fall.
No, you're trying
Yeah,
to get the,
make
you're trying to
him
get the
fall.
chance of like some freak accident happening where he does happen to
Freak
trip.
accident.
Well, that's like the only chance you get.
That's what she
No,
said.
yeah,
You're
like
hoping I get
there's
lucky.
there's
Yeah,
no
about
there's no
100
way.
100 tries, 100.
There's
I
no
get-
way
I
if you
get
like
what
sit
you're
down.
saying. No, I get what you're saying. The probability of it happening, but dog, it's Derrick Henry. Like, come on.
Like,
Like,
I
the
th-
man's a pro for
I
like
think
10
it's
So
plus
the point
years.
about the Nick Chubb thing, I think Nick Chubb is easier to tackle than Derrick Henry because he's shorter.
What?
Talking about?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Nick
Like,
Chubb is
big-
squatting
Bro, what are you
stupid
talking
20
about,
pounds.
man?
Derrick
Like,
Henry's like 6'4", 2.
Like imagine looking at Nick Chubb, he carried 3 of us and just started squatting like, and then trying to imagine
If I
trying to
try
tackle
to
that
like
nigga.
bear hug, if I try to meet him, dude, I'm getting killed. Like,
No,
It
but
doesn't
even
matter. It doesn't matter. It
if you
doesn't
grab
matter.
his
Grab
legs,
his legs, like-
his legs are strong enough to just
They're not. Yeah,
just like step right out.
You're not gonna be able to wrap him. You're not gonna wrap him.
Grab his legs.
Someone was telling me like he was playing somebody in high school and he tried to tackle him. And he was holding onto his leg. And he was
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
he
saying.
didn't even know what was happening. He was just like,
That's what I'm saying. That's how he gonna be dragging us.
That's gonna be you, bro.
Listen, you can dive your whole body at this dude's legs, he'll still walk right through you. Like it doesn't matter. You're too small.
You're honestly like, I'm not saying this like as myself. We're all ants, like realistically. Like you try and do anything, you get like peeled off. Like
You gotta be at least 220 pounds to even like be on his radar.
Yeah.
Like
All right, I was
I'm
wondering.
feeling like you'll have one human error, like, and I can
that's what I'm saying. Like a freak
Or I can,
accident.
like,
It's the only
learn your
chance.
tendencies. After 100 tries, like 99, I'm gonna learn what you can do. At least,
Right, it's
right?
not even
After number
tendencies.
3,
But you can't stop it. You can learn what you can do, but you can't stop it.
dude.
What?
After the
That's
third
like
or
a Larry
second
British
try,
cooking
you're
you,
gonna
like,
be,
he's gonna
you're
tell
gonna be
you, like,
broken.
no
Your
matter.
body's gonna be broken, bro. You won't be able to get to number 4.
Nah, he was saying he was his
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
stipulation was like no
Yeah,
fatigue. Yeah,
turn off
no
injury.
fatigue and
But
shit.
right now, and I'm versing him right now, dude. I'll get killed in the first try. Like I'll get hurt. I won't get up.
There's not gonna be a second try.
There's not gonna be 2. And then I'll get into 100, no injuries, no nothing.
Let's go back.
You
Bro.
literally have like
Explain to me
you have
how you're gonna
CTE
become
by the end of it, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna become random.
How many tries you got CTE? Like you're done.
You hate the CTE.
Like instant CTE speed run.
No arm, no leg.
Get a nigga on SpongeBob.
I ain't heard no bell.
The broken glass or like the glass bones, the paper skin. That's gonna be Hussain.
I'll be too scared to go up against Derrick Henry.
This is a
knowing
stupid
he's
side
gonna
note, bro. It got me sweating.
Alright, we can get back to it.
Wow, that was an interesting
That was a
conversation.
funny side note.
Let's do your little game, Hussain.
Bro, I'd pay
Let's do
money
your
for
little
that.
You
game.
have to do after we do our rankings.
No, let's do the
Alright,
point guard one.
Oh, you want to
Because we did, we already did the point guard. So
So
y'all
let's
make sure
go.
to check that out. I'll link it in the description, the point guard video, and then let us
we have our
know.
guest Hussain be the one who takes this on.
Yeah, let Hussain
Why?
start since he wasn't here for
Ah,
you.
okay.
Alright,
Point
I'll
guard
do it.
ranking.
Okay.
So he's supposed to say his ranking? Oh, you're gonna explain. All right.
Yeah.
So based on so last or 2 weeks ago we did our point guard list for top 10 point guards. So I went ahead and got 5 random point guards from the NBA. It's not from our top 10 list, but I mean some players are, but just point guards in general. I'm gonna name them to you, and you're gonna rank them for me. I have 5 point guards, and we're all gonna come on a consensus and say these players are 1 through 5, and we'll see if he gets them wrong or not. So it's a blind ranking. So I'll name one at a time. And you're going to say, like, oh, say if I say LeBron James, obviously not point guard, LeBron James, you can say 1 through 5, you can say, oh, he's going to be number 1. Or
Man,
2 or 3
like-
or 4 or 5. You get me?
I get what you mean, but like you can say someone bad, and I say number 5, and you can say someone terrible.
But I think
Yeah,
yeah,
I already
that's
have
the
it
whole
written
point.
down,
That's
though.
the whole
Yeah,
point.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it.
Okay,
Yeah.
he has it written down.
You just gotta
You're
gotta.
asking me,
first
right?
one.
If you
All
think
right,
someone
all right.
that could be higher, you gotta put
All
a
right,
time.
all right. I got you.
Yeah, you saw my list already.
This is too random for me to get punished for, but
Okay.
all right.
No punishment. No
Okay.
punishment. There ain't no punishment. Don't worry.
All right. Drew Holiday.
2.
Okay.
Markelle Fultz.
4.
Chris Paul.
Oh, that's tough. 3.
Okay.
LaMelo Ball.
1.
And D'Lo.
5.
That's not bad. That's pretty good ranking.
Blind
Fultz-
ranking,
it's the
for
Fultz
blind
and D'Lo
ranking,
one.
what do you have to
I
do?
might agree with that.
Really?
No, just Fultz and D'Lo is
Who's
the only
your
one.
Chris Paul?
Yeah,
I don't know my 3.
Under.
And who's
So,
the
say-
two?
I might
Say
put
your-
Chris Paul
say your
last
1 through
dead ass,
5.
but the rest were right.
From what you made?
From what you thought. Say your 1 through 5 from what I said.
Oh,
Which is
okay.
blind ranked.
Yeah.
From my
Said
blind
LaMelo,
ranking, I said
LaMelo, Drew, Chris Paul, and then who's after Chris Paul?
Fultz, and then D'Lo was the last pick, so he had to be 5.
Yeah, okay.
I think he
So
failed. He
the
did
list-
close, but he failed.
No, that's pretty good. I would say it's
So
pretty
the
good,
list
bro.
that I had originally was Drew Holiday at 1, LaMelo Ball at 2, Chris Paul at 3, D'Lo at 4, and Markelle Fultz at 5.
I'd say
You guys
I'd
agree?
Chris Paul placement sold him. It's obviously blind, but I'm
No,
just
I
saying.
don't agree with that.
So what do you have?
I would
think
take
LaMelo's better than Drew.
Yeah, I'd take LaMelo over
Okay.
Drew Holiday.
What
and
about D'Lo and Markelle Fultz?
I'd take D'Lo over Fultz, but I only said Fultz because that was an early pick, and
Yeah.
I thought you'd say somebody
That's
worse.
the game.
That was a good try. That was a good try.
That's not bad
That's
though.
close,
I don't
though,
think D'Lo's that much better than Markelle. Like it's not crazy to say that Markelle like
Yeah, but
is
I just
around
think
the
that-
same level.
Yeah,
I think Chris Paul is Markelle
D'Lo
Fultz
be
territory.
getting his shots up though. I don't know about Carlos in the
What?
gym like
just
that.
getting shots.
Chris Paul.
D'Lo.
Markelle can't
Well,
shoot,
I think Chris
bro.
Paul's the
They fucked up
second
his
worst
shot.
or the worst one there.
Oh God.
I think Chris Paul.
He's back though. He's kind of nice now.
I think I did pretty
Alright,
alright.
let's do the
Scoring,
shooting
but
guard
like
after we
where he
finish.
was.
I'll
in
do the
Washington
shooting guard
was
one.
just like
Did you see it or
it's
no?
tough.
No.
Okay, he's compromised. Omari or Wes for the shooting guard list after we do our rankings.
We can just get into the rankings right now then.
Yeah,
Might as
but
well get
we're
to
just,
it.
we want to see who's gonna.
I
do
don't
the-
mind. I'll do
You want to do it?
Yeah.
All right.
I was sent a list before coming to the show about a shooting guard list. There's some names that I agree with, some names I don't agree with that are on this list
Wait, what do you mean you got
that are left off.
You're supposed to
Your
make
link.
your own list.
I
Your
made my
link.
own
No,
list.
your link.
Yeah.
You got
I
sent
made
list.
I got sent the link.
That's just a player pool. That's not
Yeah,
a
the player
list.
pool.
Yeah, from the player pool,
the-
there's some
the
people
list-
missing.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
There's some people missing that I thought should be on there.
Well, no, that was just all shooting guards. There was multiple pages too.
Yeah, but I just got the shooting guard list. But at the end, it didn't really matter too much.
Oh yeah, there were some, but usually the players missing, they weren't on this list. To be honest, everybody that should have been on this list except Kyrie. I said Kyrie is a shooting guard.
Yeah, that's the only issue
think
I
they
have
should
with
be
the.
on here.
Well, not issue, but like I had trouble with some of the position stuff.
Yeah,
But
he's,
I still have my. We're all starting from 10, right?
And no, you guys got an honorable mention
No.
real quick. You guys got somebody left off the list but wanted to put on. You could let
Yeah.
show them some
We
love.
can
right
go. We
real
can go in order then.
I have like a couple honorable mentions. Can I mention them?
quick. Don't mention like two. We don't a
Yeah,
couple.
two,
Yeah,
two,
don't read the whole fucking player pool. I
I
guess.
got you, gang. I got you, gang. Honorable mentions are gonna be Klay Thompson and CJ McCollum.
Okay.
Mm.
I didn't have them as honorable mentions.
They're on your list.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I just didn't consider them
My
at all.
honorable mention is Jalen Green, just for Gabe.
Jalen Green.
My honorable mention is Tyrese Maxey.
Ooh. Mine is gonna be controversial. I have DeJounte Murray as my honorable mention.
I like it.
He's gonna no.
He's not even over this mic.
I mean, I have honorable. I was either gonna put Maxi or Hero.
Yeah, I put Maxey
Yeah,
on.
like-
Hero would have been good.
Because my 9, 10, and honorable are pretty interchangeable, but this is just what
Yeah,
I.
we'll see about
too.
that.
This
I
is
agree
what
with
I
that.
settled
Well,
on.
we'll see who you got over DeJounte here. I really am curious to that because he's
Okay,
definitely
yeah.
on my list, and he's not even 10. So
Oh, interesting.
Man, why'd you say that?
Okay, well, my 10. Well, I'll
Yeah,
go.
sorry,
Sorry,
Start at 10. Start
my
at
10
10.
is DeJounte Murray.
okay.
Okay.
I mean, the boy's nice. I don't know what more you can say. He averages like 20, like 5 and 5. He's all around good player, good defender.
Uh-huh.
You know, and he's mad young. Still got a whole lot of improvement in store. So
Okay.
I think he's. I mean, I feel like he's obviously better than Maxi and Hero. You know, like
Facts.
just off
Yeah.
of what he's done so far, and he does more. He already averages 20 and does more around like the rest of the court than those two do. So I feel like he deserves it over them. So,
My guy, I put Tyler Hero on that at number 10 because I do think they're a similar-ish tier, but
Well, you got Tyler here over DeJounte Murray.
yes, I do. But
Yeah,
that's
that's
very
correct.
close. Very close.
That's
very
not.
close.
That's not.
Let
That's
him
not
say
terrible.
what-
very close,
How
very
is
close.
this terrible?
Very close.
Let him
I
get,
think-
it is terrible, but
It's
let
not
him get his-
terrible.
Let him get his face in it.
But he's right.
I
No,
want
he's
to
not.
say.
He's
I want to
right.
say. I want to say. I think Tyler Hero is a much better scorer than DeJounte Murray, and when DeJounte Murray is the best player on your team, I think that he can only be on on the Spurs type of caliber kind of team. Because with the way I watched him a lot this season, like he's very good at accumulating stats but not winning games. Especially even with the Hawks, him and Trae Young don't really mesh that well, and they don't really win that well either. I think he's a much better passer and he is a better defender than Tyler Hero, but I think Hero just kind of ekes it out just a little bit in my opinion. Just because I think he could be that like 30-point per game guy, kind of guy if you need him to be, and I don't think DeJounte can be that.
I don't think Tyler will ever be better.
W
than,
Mans.
third option.
Because Tyler is like
What?
all Tyler can do is score.
That's
He can
the-
rebound pretty well too, and his assists are in passing.
He's actually
wise.
a very
DeJounte's
good
better
rebounder.
at both of those
overall.
things.
Yeah, he is better
Yeah,
than
DeJounte's better overall. He
And I
plays
also
better
think he's a
defense.
better scorer because DeJounte averaged 21 points last
on
season.
bad, yeah, but
Yeah, it was like
on,
20.
on,
Tyler's
on,
never
on,
averaged
on
20.
teams on teams without scorers though. That's
Isn't
the
he the
issue.
number 2?
But,
Like,
he also
DeJounte's the
said
number
he
two?
also said that
Same as Tyler.
DeJounte if he's leading your team, like you're not gonna get far. But it's like Tyler Hero will never lead a team anyway.
I don't
either.
think that's yeah. I don't think he can do either.
Those
Yeah,
players
those-
are not the caliber of player to lead
I don't
a
think
team.
they are
Yeah,
either.
but it's like you
I
can't
think-
use that against DeJounte. If
I'm
that
not. I'm
no, I'm
saying
saying
that's
he,
why-
he pointed that
what
out.
I'm saying is
He
I
said
think
they're in the
Tyler
same
Hero
tier.
can take on a more of as a first option than DeJounte Murray
Yeah,
for a scoring load.
I don't agree with that statement.
That's
either.
just my opinion.
I think DeJounte is better in every aspect besides shooting the basketball. I'd
Yeah,
say, right?
literally.
Yeah.
Besides like shooting and mid-range scoring, I think DeJounte clears comfortably in every category.
I'd pick
Yeah,
Tyler
that
to be honest.
Why?
Because so they're in my head they're the same relatively same caliber like tier of player as we're deciding. So when we're like saying one's clearly
Why
better,
do you think they're
I
the
think
same caliber?
yeah.
So like these guys are both in my head 2 to 3 guys. They're not number 1 in my opinion, right? As a
Okay,
number 1
that's-
option.
That's fair, yeah.
So what Tyler Hero provides in his offensive game that I think he can achieve going into like next year, the next 3 years, 4 years, whatever. I don't think DeJounte's gonna hit that, which is fine because DeJounte.
Hey, what's that level?
I think
like
Tyler Hero could like average consistent 25 plus comfortably, like soon. Because obviously he's not like there's Jimmy there,
You
there's
think
Bam.
he's gonna average 25 points per
He
game?
could. I'm saying he could. I don't think DeJounte could.
Let me ask you
again.
Do you even think he's gonna be on the Heat this next season?
See, that's the problem. Because you have to. I'm not gonna think about team construction too much because he might leave or he might stay. But given the chance, Tyler Hero can give you 25 plus a night. Given the chance, I think DeJounte's
well,
gonna
you
give
think
you
he can? We don't know that. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I
Obviously,
mean,
I don't
if
know for
Hero's
sure.
on the
But
Trailblazers, I think he's definitely getting to that
He's not even starting on the
Around that.
Trailblazers.
over Simon. They're not
don't
going to
know.
bench him if they're.
No, I think he would start.
He,
He'd
I
start
think
over
Scoot
Simons.
and Sharp would start over him.
No.
Sharp is not.
I feel like they would
Shaden
just
Sharp
start.
is not.
Shaden Sharp has more potential than Tyler.
You're not going to
But
start.
right-
You're not
as
going
of
to
right now, Tyler Hero's getting the
But,
spot.
but if you trade Dame, though, you're gonna plan for the future. I would give those minutes to Shaden Sharp, like trying to.
Tyler Hero's only like
develop
23.
him.
But you're gonna play Tyler Hero. Tyler's a great player.
Tyler Hero's young
It's not like
too.
But he's
36.
come off the bench before. He won a Six Man of the Year. Having him come off the bench is nothing
But
new.
he's
for him.
also
think about it like
vocally
this.
said
That was a
he's
cheat. That was a fake
uncomfortable
Six Man
coming
of the
off
Year,
bench
though.
anymore.
Think
Hey,
about it like
don't go to Portland,
Bez,
bro.
think about it
Dude
like
plays
this.
like
Think about it
36
like this.
minutes a
People
night.
like what Tyler Hero has done so far in the season, and to even put him as like a borderline 10 to 14 top shooting guard, he's gonna get minutes.
I mean, he is a borderline top 10, but I just don't think he's better than DeJounte.
But that's why we're having the argument. That's why we're
That's
having
why,
the argument.
that's why I
can
said
see
my
your point,
9,
you know
10,
what I
and
mean?
honorable were interchangeable for me. I just like
I think
there's-
these players are close.
There's
Like,
certain things I liked more.
Even if you
That was
say
it.
like offensively they're similar, defensively it's like they're different by a mile, and that's why you should choose.
I don't. DeJounte's not a lockdown defender. He won't take like the best player and stop
won't
them
take
from
the best
completely.
player.
He's a very
he's
good.
an all defensive team.
I know, but he's a very good
But
steal.
that's one of the top.
Like that's
10
what I'm saying.
best
He's
defenders
very
in the
good at
league.
stealing the ball, and he's very good at reading.
Too, like,
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, let me say my thing. He's very good at stealing the ball, and he's very good at reading passing lanes. But he's not going to be like the Kawhi, the Giannis, where it's like the best player. This guy, stop him. That's what I'm saying.
talking about though.
That's
I-
what I'm
I
saying.
honestly
But you're
disagree
saying his
with that.
defense is on that.
Defensively.
You were implying that his defense is that good.
It is. I mean,
Tyler
it is
Hero,
that he made it all defensive.
Yeah, but-
play.
I
I'm
think
saying
it's
he is or
second
he's
too,
not.
but he's compared to Tyler. Tyler Hero gets
Okay,
on defense. This guy's a premier defender.
That's like saying someone who's really good on defense compared to like near God level, and saying someone who's not as much. You can say that about anyone.
Wait, what?
But I mean, but
So you're
Tyler
saying
Hero is not-
you're saying DeJounte's defense is like 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10, right?
Okay.
Compared to someone's like a 6 or 5 out of 10 defensively.
Tyler's not a 6. He's literally a 3.
Yeah, I'd say 3.
I don't think he's a Travis.
like a
He's
5
not
or
Duncan
6,
Robinson. Like
Three is
He's
crazy.
bad.
He's
not a-
crazy.
He's like
not
a
a
tier above
traffic-
Duncan Robinson.
Three is
Yeah.
crazy.
He's not a traffic cone. Like they don't have to hide him on defense. Like
You see
it's not that bad.
But they pick on him.
Like, what do you think-
But they pick on
What do you
him.
think Curry's number is then on defense? Like a 3?
We never said Curry's a great defender either.
Exactly. I'm
He's a
saying,
good
what do you want to
defender,
rank
though.
it? What do you want to rank it?
He's higher than Tyler.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is a better
Okay.
defender.
He's a better defender, Tyler.
I don't know what to say.
He gets
Like,
hunted
I
because
just-
of his size.
I think Tyler is
But he gets the rank-
not
rank-
He's weak too in the post.
not
He gets
terrible,
hurt.
but
Put a number on
not
it.
good.
Okay, is DeJounte Omari a better defender?
He is a better defender,
on
but
a
I'm just
different level
but
defender.
I don't think it's like I don't think it's like he's a
different level
godlike defender. I don't think it's like that much.
On a different level than Tyler Hero.
He is on a different
Yes.
level than Tyler. Then
Offensively,
yeah,
are they on a different level?
I think Hero's a better offensive
By
player.
how much?
Clears?
That's different.
Clears?
Not clear.
No, not clears.
The next level. The
I'm
next
like,
level.
like you're acting like I put like someone like Tyler Hero number 2, DeJounte number 10. Like
I'm not. I'm just saying
I said there's
close though. That's
no.
not-
I think
my
that's
opinion.
okay. That's my thing though. It's just like
I'm
there's
trying to
there's
break it
certain things
down.
that I
That's
like
why it
more
is.
personally. That's it.
On number 10.
He's not
That's
gonna
why.
budge.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's not.
He's not
That's
gonna
not.
budge.
Yeah, he gets
We
to
obviously disagree on this, but he's not gonna budge, so we got to keep it moving. We got to see who else he has above DeJounte Murray and Tyler Hero. My number 10, I got Josh Giddey at number 10. I don't know if any of you even had him on his
Hell
list,
no.
He was on
but
the list. I don't know.
he's very underrated because he's not a flashy player, he's not a scorer, but I think he's a winning player. And you all probably know about this since I rave about Tyrese. I love players who could do everything and don't need the ball in their hands. He could play make as a point guard. His shooting is not the greatest, but he's leveled up his floater game, his mid-range scoring. He's a really good defender, good secondary playmaker. He's just a high IQ player too. So
He's better than Maxey.
yes, because of the fact that he can defend very well. And I know, again, the offense isn't crazy, but I value players who don't have to have the ball in their hands. They don't have to score to be effective. I'm not just looking at the scoring numbers. And he can, he's had high scoring games too. He's had triple doubles. He can rebound the ball well for his size. You could really plug him in anywhere, I think, and he could be effective. So
I don't think that's fair to Maxey because if you really think about it, Giddey hasn't been put in a position to any pressure to really do much. Like,
What- what-
set like a standard to be like this,
But
right?
what
certain
is-
level,
like-
but like either way, he has like a kind of a set role, and he like.
what does
it's
that got
kinda
to
hard
do with
put in words,
anything,
like-
though?
Like he's a support role, is what you're saying. He's not like
Yeah, like he's not doing as much as.
Yeah, when Giddey's the number one option, you can't really like focus
can't
on
be a number
because
one
I
option,
really
but-
because I really do like Giddey. Like he's one of my favorite players actually.
Yeah.
But like
Tyrese
once
has shown us more
it's
than
giving
he
like
has.
offensive pressure, he is not very good. Like you can leave him open when he's shooting. Kind of that's how bad he is of a shooter. But like and especially in my logic for if you're top 10 in a position, you have to be at least like perennial all-star level. Or like you could potentially on a very good year make the all-star team. And I think all the people on this list can make claims for that over Giddey.
I understand. I
I
like
put
that.
Tyler Hero over Giddey too.
I think when it comes to potential, I think Giddey
Yeah.
will be, but I don't
I think he'll get there. Yeah, when he gets
I
his,
think-
when
I
he,
think just 'cause
when he
of how
get-
many people
when he
there
gets
are
the
right
shot, when he gets the
Yeah.
shot.
Bro,
I feel
but
like
his
because
team
of
is
how
too
many people are there
stacked
right
for him
now,
to
he's
even
not
like
I mean,
make
he's
an
not
all-star.
a completely terrible.
He's not.
I mean, I don't like the thing you said about pressure and high pressure. That doesn't factor into whether the player is good or not.
There's
Like,
also like only one basketball on the court too, and he's limited to what he can do because
Who?
of the players that he has on his team.
Who?
Chet, J-Dub, SGA,
What
all
guys
these
play
guys,
that?
all these guys are
Shea.
gonna get like
People need the
I
ball
think
in their
more
hands.
offensive.
you're saying
roles.
he's limited to what he can do? What do you mean?
Like,
Well,
in terms of how much he can
Output?
usage rate,
Or
basically,
as
how
output
much
or
he can
whatever?
really, like,
he
do
doesn't need to have a
usage-wise.
high usage rate. That's the beauty of him as a player. He
I don't
can
think he-
play off the ball. He can
means his stuff
he can
is
be a
kind of-
secondary playmaker. He can
He's not
he can
high
do all
usage
the little
level,
things. He can be a defender. He can be a rebounder. Whatever you need him to do. Swiss Army knife type of player. That's the beauty about him. He doesn't have to have the ball all the
Right.
time because you got Shea on the team who needs the ball more than him. You need Chet who needs the ball more than him, and that's why he's so good. Is because he doesn't demand the ball and he fits well around them. That's why I like
He's also like limited in what he could do because of that. so you can't really see a full sample size of what he can do. It's a small sample size.
Are you talking about offensive game only? Because he does everything else as of right now.
Yeah.
You can, offensively was.
But I don't need to see more from him
right now.
offensively to say that he's good. Like he just has to do it at a higher, what he's doing now at a higher level. Like I want to see a little more points in the paint. I want to see his 3-point percentage raise a little bit. But I don't need to see him have the ball more for me to consider him a better player. Klay Thompson never has the ball in his hands, and we're saying he's one of the best shooting guards of all time.
He's not playing. OKC's
We're
playing.
talking about going into the next like type of season.
You think OKC's gonna make the playoffs?
I do.
What
They
is
have a
team?
chance.
Definitely not.
What are we talking about?
so.
We're talking about team success now, bro. We're not talking about team success
Yeah.
at all.
No, but he brought up Klay Thompson. And Klay Thompson's whole thing is about team.
And then you brought a team
So you're
success.
saying Klay Thompson would only be good if he never won those championships, but had the same type of numbers career, he wouldn't be a Hall of Fame shooting guard.
I think he would.
propaganda
be on a different team,
started-
but it's like the hypothetical.
So
is
what the fuck does it matter about winning?
If Klay Thompson is their number one option,
Because-
you are a lottery team.
That's what you see. I think it's
They
the
are.
greatest second option ever. Besides,
No, but I
Whoa,
think
whoa,
when it comes to Hussein's
Yeah,
point,
I
like
think
it's because what's his name is averaged 20 on the biggest stages for years on end. Is like
No, that's
you know what I
fair.
mean? Like,
But I'm just making a point that winning shouldn't change your ranking of the player.
I don't.
That's all.
I think individual ability
think-
should be judged here.
Yeah.
No, but I do think pressure factors in because like Beal that year that he averaged 30 on the worst team, it's like when people average 30 on the worst team, they're just like,
no
you
guess.
know, like people like he's good, but people aren't gonna put him above somebody averaging 25 on the best team.
Yeah.
You get me? So
Well,
it's
he's
just
at
like-
number 10, not fucking 3. You know?
yeah,
No,
no,
but
but I'm
like,
saying like
you're saying
since
not
these people
having-
are playing for something, like they have more on their back to even like it's some people crumble under that pressure. You
Yeah.
feel
No,
me?
it's
Like,
true.
and so it makes a better player.
I
I
mean-
would rank a player higher
I see
if
what you're
they
saying.
can perform under that level of
I
pressure.
see what you're saying, but Josh Giddey just never had the opportunity. If he
Yeah,
if
no,
he
I
gets
agree
to
with
that
that,
situation and folds under the
That's
pressure,
why it's
then
his
I
third
gotta
season.
rank him
That's
low.
why
Since
he's
he hasn't
going
had
into
the
his third
opportunity,
season.
You can't really rank him at 10. You have to rank like.
Well, it's not.
People like
I don't
Hero
think.
and
I don't
have a
think those
question,
other
though.
guys have like excelled in those situations necessarily either.
I think Tyler has.
I have a question.
I mean,
for
he
the thing after
didn't
this.
play all the last season. He had one bad playoff run, and yet he did have
This is
that
from last
bubble
season.
situation. But he was also a super young player. You know, the conditions were different. I'm not going to take that and say automatically that makes him better than Josh Giddey.
And when it comes to Murray, like Murray hasn't really played on huge stages either. But it's like Murray is just currently better. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's why
I
like
think, yeah, but
when
like-
they both haven't done shit like when it comes to pressure, like I'm still gonna pick Murray because Murray I feel like is currently a better all around player. But I think that Josh Giddey has the potential to be better all around than.
Well,
Jonathan
Murray's.
Murray.
I rank Murray above Josh
Yeah,
Giddey. But
yeah.
I don't even think.
I have a,
Me
can I ask a
personally, I
question
don't
first?
think. Hold up,
Yeah.
let me get this off. I don't think Giddey's gonna have that particular chance to maybe shine, but it'd be as a role player because of
That's
first
cool.
off,
Yeah,
how
that's
OKC
fine.
has like 30 freaking picks. They already have Chet playing
Nah, they're
next
gonna
year.
trade him.
and the
Those
way that
picks
they-
aren't players.
They're
yet,
gonna
Yeah,
trade.
so-
They're gonna trade.
What
for
are they
Jackson
gonna trade for?
Yeah.
A good player, right?
Yeah.
That's probably better than what's his name, Giddey.
They probably won't trade Giddey. They'll trade someone
No,
to play with Giddey.
I'm talking about the picks. You'll trade the picks for a player that's probably better than Giddey.
Yeah,
because
but
where
again,
the picks might land.
he's the type of guy that it doesn't matter. You could add ball handlers, you can add shooters, you can add
But,
point
you're
guards,
always so
centers.
limited with how many people play above you. You can't like really reach top 10 status
I,
because obviously the role and the position that they put you in matters to like reach a certain
well,
level of
Draymond
success.
Green is a top. Let's just say Draymond Green's a top 10 power forward. He doesn't score for shit. He averages triple fucking single, and we can consider him a Hall of Famer, all time great.
Hall of Fame intangibles.
But Ben Simmons was an All NBA defender, one of the best up and coming players in the league. He's averaging fucking 14 points a game. So why can't Josh Giddey be a top 10 shooting guard under the same condition?
Josh Giddey's Ben Simmons though provides what Ben Simmons
Bro,
did.
I'm not
He was
saying
a
he's that.
hog.
I'm
Like,
not saying he's
that's
that
why.
level, but he's
Same
that
with
that
Draymond.
mold of player that you don't have to give him the ball. He's a good defender. He's a good playmaker. He's a smart player. He'll get you rebounds, assists. Yeah, he's not on the level of Draymond,
That's
but he's
why.
that mold of player.
That's why I wouldn't have him.
I
And
think-
that's why he's not number fucking 3
I
like
think-
Draymond. He's number 10.
I think in this regard, what Hassan's trying to say is when there's so many people on this specific team that are okay. Let's say going into next season, Giddey's gonna have to. Do you think he's gonna be behind the 3 players you mentioned? Chet,
Well, I'm
J.
ranking
Dub,
shooting guards, not
shooting.
thunder
I know,
players.
but no, I'm talking about like. Let me like finish it first.
The team, that-
So like, think about it like this. Giddey on his team is gonna be like the 4th best player, right? I know he's a shooting guard. Just let me
Okay,
finish.
all right.
So all the other guys that are on the list
Well,
are like
I wouldn't say he'd be the 4th best player. He'd just be the 4th scoring option.
4th scoring option. True. And also going into next season, is he gonna do better or worse than his last season without Chet even being a factor? What do you think first?
I mean,
I wanna hear
what do
your
you consider
opinion.
better? Like, I don't see him.
I don't care
jumping up
about
to-
points. I don't care about. I'm
Better
talking
player.
about. Let's say he
better.
helps the
I-
team
yeah,
win
he's gonna
and
be
he
better.
defends. He
I would
passes.
say his shooting percentage should go up. He should maybe average some more assists, more rebounds, be more efficient overall. That's what I consider him getting better.
And do you think like him playing better is gonna? I'm not trying to like diss Giddey or anything. Do you think it, like him playing better as a team like player will help him get like I guess like what I want to say is like all-star status or perennial level? Because right now I don't think he's
Well,
there.
I don't think No, but I also don't think Maxey nor Hero will be perennial all-stars either. So that's why I put him in that. They're like around the same level of player. They're just different styles of player, and I value what Giddey gives me more than what Hero because I think what Hero and Maxey give me is super replaceable. I can get guys like Emmanuel quickly do similar type of things, Malik Monk. So that's why I just value what Giddey gives me more than Maxey.
I don't
and
know,
Hero.
like especially the whole thing like in a playoff game. In a playoff game. No. But I'm just saying like in a playoff game, in a playoff series where you need these guys to show up, you need the 20 points to put you over the edge. I don't know if Josh Giddey can provide like that.
It's like especially in playoff scenarios, the
He'll
game's
give
like
you the
different.
other stuff though. He'll give you the.
He will give you the other stuff, but like saying like one of your guys is having an off night and we need to show up offensively. Tyler Hero will do that for you. Tyrese Maxey will do that for you.
That's not Giddey's job though. Like they're never gonna ask him to do that.
That makes the other person the better player if you can rely on that guy more.
I don't think he's going to reach those levels of like Ben Simmons or Draymond.
I think he can. I think he really has high potential.
His utility is going to be very crucial, like going forward, like now.
I think he could potentially average a triple-double. Like that's how good I think he is.
His cap. Chris Paul's really good at his cap, but I'm saying
he's a unique player. I don't know. He's very.
What do you mean? That's what Chris Paul's MVP.
It's just his offensive back is a little lack.
He didn't win MVP, but he was an MVP level player. At his peak, he was like number 2 or 3 in MVP voting.
It's just only
like with SGA there, it's kind of hard, you know.
But that's what I'm saying.
It won't happen with him there.
They're never gonna ask him to score 40 like Tyler Hero.
Damn, bro, he's still on number 10.
It's crazy.
This is like in terms of like controlling the pace.
I do feel like because as it goes to number 1, we're gonna have very similar picks.
Yeah.
So that's why
freaking Tyler Hero over DeJounte, and then Giddey's out of nowhere too.
Okay, yeah, because that's what I said. I said 9, 10, and my honorable mentions, like they're interchangeable for me. There's just certain things I like personally more.
Once we get top 8, I think it's like leveling out.
As soon as it gets to 8
over Giddey, I'm not like, oh my god.
Yeah, as soon as you get to 8, we're gonna be pretty similar.
At 10, I have DeJounte Murray.
Okay.
Everybody else already.
All right, yeah, move on. Let's go. Gabe's number 10.
At number 10, I have Tyrese Maxey. But I talked about Maxey a little bit in regards like to earlier comparisons. I think what Beth said earlier about the like utility role that Maxey provides. You don't always need the ball in your hands.
Giddey provides that.
You said also Max, like type of player.
No,
I just said he's that level.
Similar.
I think what Maxey has done.
Yeah, I said Maxey and Hero were similar.
They are.
I think what Maxey has so far done in his like role, and he's not even like top 3 as well, or he's third. Sorry, he's third, whatever tertiary score with Tobias in his playoff success, and he could shoot extremely well. He could he's off the dribble, he's very good. He could also pass like a lot of things. I think Maxey can all do what he does, and he in the next 10 years, I swear. And I think he's gonna be.
Mention his 43%.
Oh yeah, also Tyrese Maxey does have a 43% 3-point percentage on the season. So
that's what I was talking about.
Name me someone who has better than that right now, and I'll talk.
That's what I
on my list.
That kind of segues to me because I have Maxey as number 9 for me.
Bro, you're skipping the line.
Yeah, well, we got
No, because I
bro.
don't want to just talk about the same things again because we just brought up Maxey.
Yeah, okay.
So that's what makes kind of more sense.
Yeah.
So I'm a very slightly over Tyler Hero. Mostly because of the percentage thing, and he's the third option on his team. Tyler Hero's the second scoring option on his team, and Maxey's a little more impressive in what he's doing, and I think he's a slightly better, well not slightly, he's a better defender than Tyler Hero is. So I think eventually, if say Harden left the team and Maxey would have to take on the number 2 role, I think he can put up those like Mikal Bridges 23 or whatever points per game, whatever. It's just him and Embiid are carrying the offensive load. Maybe Tobias Harris, like Omari said, he always don't get his 20, but I think he'll edge himself out to be like one of the best young players in the league. He already is, but I think he'll like that perennial all-star level where maybe it'll just take him a little bit more to get him to that type of player. So that's my nigga ass. That's my number 9.
Can I say my 9 since I want you to go back this way?
I don't, because since Hussain has DeJounte Murray at 10,
yeah,
and I know who he has above DeJounte Murray.
Well, speaking of DeJounte, I have him at 9. I think he's a little bit better than Maxey. And Tyler Hero. I don't have Tyler Hero on my list going forward, but I can see what everyone's points were. But I have DeJounte at number 9 for the same reasons you guys gave. I think he's just he's like the same type of player, like caliber, but his utility is okay, he's been an all-star, right? DeJounte?
He's been an all-star.
He's been an all-star.
And that's just
reserve.
So far, it doesn't say that on Basketball Reference. It just says all-star. It just says one time.
Someone got hurt.
Regardless, because I remember he's been an all-star.
Remember.
I'm like,
Bird Box.
I know he's on the Spurs, but he's been an all-star, so I gotta appreciate this man's been an all-star. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I put him above everyone else who's not been an all-star.
Julius Randle's an all-star.
I got
except who this man has.
The top 10 power forward.
I also got DeJounte at number 9.
Oh wait, no, you skipped me.
Don't matter. You have the same player.
If you're gonna
Who do
say
you
the
have?
same talking points.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to add on. He's a steals champion, one of the best defenders in the league, former All-Star, was kind of holding it down for the Spurs. I know they didn't really do much, but they at least made the play-in with him as their best player, so it's something. But, yeah, we kind of touched on all the points about DeJounte. I kind of already argued my point for him, but, yeah, DeJounte, and he might have a bounce-back season. He kind of didn't mesh well with Trey, but with Quinn Snyder basically a whole season under their belts, maybe he'll bounce back to that All-Star level.
Yeah, someone's gonna have to take a backseat on that
I wanted
team.
to say as to why I had him at my number 10 is because I don't think he can be very well as a number 2 on a team because of what the skill set he provides. I think he needs the ball in his hands to be effective, offensively at least. And then he doesn't really move around.
Well, on the Hawks specifically, it's just kind of bad with Trey.
It's 2 point guards. It's literally 2 point guards.
Like, he would be much better with Joel or something. Like,
Yeah, like if he was the number
Yeah,
2
he needs-
option, but he was the
based
point
on what
guard,
we
he'd
saw
be doing a
going
lot
into
better.
next season,
That's
I think
right.
I have to
I think that
have
too.
him at 9 or 10 because of that.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's why I couldn't put him
We'll see
on.
what happens. We'll see what happens.
Wait, so who do you have at 9?
So my 9 is Klay Thompson
Boo!
himself.
Boo!
Not even on my list. I
PSL
never consider him.
Public service announcement.
I don't like this.
I have Tyler Hero. This is what I
crazy.
Hussain
That's
Thompson.
Public service announcement. Some
Klay,
propaganda is about to be spread on Klay Thompson.
Oh my god.
I actually
Warriors
have to look
propaganda.
up some facts because you said you didn't have Klay on your list. I'm like, okay,
I
now
don't have him on my list either.
let me get prepared for this. Klay Thompson last year had a 50-point game and multiple 40-point games. Without Klay Thompson, 2 years ago, that's hard. He has the most 3-pointers made in the entire NBA last season, compared to everyone. Compared to your guy Tyler Hero and Tyrese Maxey. What else do I have?
He sucks on defense now.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, what else? What else we got?
He averaged
The back is
22
empty.
this season. He averaged 22 this season. He's the top 5 greatest shooter of all time. That's not going to change going.
Okay,
into next season.
legacy's not gonna help.
You didn't let me finish my sentence.
Legacy comments
You
are
didn't let me
crazy.
finish my sentence. That's not going to change going into next season. He's still going to be, him and Steph are going to be the top 2 shooters in the league. Am I wrong?
Yes.
I don't know.
All right.
Who knows? Who knows?
Who's going to beat him?
Dame.
Victor Oladipo? No, playing Dame.
No,
Okay,
Dame,
Dame's
yeah, okay,
arguably
okay,
Dame.
okay. See,
But
that's
he's not going to be. He's not even on.
Desmond
for it.
Bane.
Desmond Bane. So then,
Hey, man,
what else do I have to say about Klay Thompson? Oh yeah, the year he was hurt, the Golden State Warriors didn't make the playoffs. The year he comes back, they win the championship because of him and Jordan Poole.
Yeah, right.
Side note, they won the championship. And then last year he didn't have any off-season work because of the ACL stuff. He was scared to get into the gym. So this year he played terrible in the playoffs against the Lakers.
Yeah.
Dog water. That's why he's at number 9 right now. But going
That's why
into
you're off
next
the
year, I
list.
feel like he's gonna get a good set going. Steve Kerr called him out on one of a podcast, I think, or a press conference. So I think he's gonna take it more seriously, and I think Golden State's gonna be better because of him next season. He's gonna be better than he was this season. So
Yeah.
have him at 9,
Hey, can you remind me what was his best game in the Lakers series?
like 17 or something like that. No, I think he actually had a 20-point game.
Bro, like
Game
he gets bodied,
He had
like
one good game.
he literally
I
got
think
slapped
30
on the back
maybe.
of
I
his
don't
head and
remember him
dunked on,
having-
bro.
Oh, yeah, maybe
Like,
he had
two.
one
Yeah,
good
30.
game.
My bad.
He did. He maybe that one game. he
But
won.
nah, dude.
Like,
It's
like
like
Tari
when
Eason disrespected this
it
guy.
comes to
man.
Klay, when it comes to Klay, like
Oh, I remember the point you didn't make.
yeah.
Exactly, like he gets bodied and throws the 4 up, bro. Like
I just
let
think
your let your
he's
game
on
talk.
the
32,
decline.
that's why he's at 9 also.
He said I got to lower him for that.
He's an amazing shooter, but I think he's on the decline.
Of course.
Because I mean he's getting older and he's coming off those injuries, and I don't think that even like it's one thing to get his legs back under him for his shooting, but defensively, like he's not Klay Thompson, the defender, like he used to be. Like he used to be almost guard your best player sometimes, you know, like.
Yeah.
And right now he's not even like has to be hitting like Steph almost, like.
Yeah.
So it's
His shot selection too has been pretty
it's
bad
been
because
yeah, like he
his
just
body.
tries to, if he's not doing well, he tries to like force himself to get going.
Yeah.
And since I feel like since he had those years of like not having reps, I don't think that he has that ability to just shoot himself out that slump like he used to.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
a counter argument would be that, like, how much all he does is move around and shoot. Like, really, that's all you have to get conditioned
Yeah.
for. So, like, age might not be as big of a factor as someone like James Harden, where you have to go between the back.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's exhausting fucking running around all those screens.
It
too.
is.
And
but,
their system as alone is probably exhausting.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you know?
But he's been doing it for so long, like his stamina levels are going to be at a certain level already. So.
Yeah.
Well, I got CJ at 9.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. CJ on the list.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I like CJ, he's been mad consistent, and he averaged like what? Let's see.
I think he had a down.
He
year.
averaged
Yeah,
20.
terrible.
He had a down year, but he averaged 24 and 5. 21, 4 and
Yeah,
5.
it's not terrible, but it was
It was
definitely
not
a
terrible.
bad
It was
year.
down, but he still has proven to be one of the more consistent players. Like, and I think that he'll play better next year, especially if they get their full team back. because he had to take a lot of PG work. Like he's been playing point guard a lot.
Still will this year too.
He still will, but like he'll have like if
Actually,
Zion were to
disagree.
come back, like they'll have more. He'll have
Continuity.
less. Yeah, he'll have less like responsibility. Like he wasn't used to doing that shit on point.
Yeah, I think his role will be diminished
Yeah.
next year.
But it's like it's
and
the-
not only
it's
because
the
of Zion,
difference
but
of,
the other
like,
young players they got, like Dyson Daniels will probably get more minutes, and he's a point
But
guard.
he
But
won't
it's,
take CJ's
it's,
spot,
but it's
though.
the difference. Like,
Yeah,
but it's the
He doesn't
difference.
take
Like,
spot, but he gets some minutes.
you
and
don't got
that's
the
point
clout
guard
for
But
it.
minutes.
CJ is
Jose
not a
Alvarado,
natural
like-
point guard. This is my point. Like
Definitely
he
not.
wasn't when he was on Trailblazers. He was a shooting guard,
Yeah,
and he excelled because he was doing what he was saying Clay does. Like
Score.
he
Because
didn't
of
need,
the
yeah. Dame was handling the ball, and then he would give it to what's his name. He would spot up, shoot, get to his spot, shoot. You know, like
No,
but then
yeah,
on
he
the
can play
Pelicans,
make, but he's not your
had to
guard.
like. Especially this year, he's had to fucking handle the ball way more. So I
just-
feel like that contributed to him having a shooting slump down year. And I feel like if they get, like you said, they have like a new young point guard, and if they get Zion back, he'll have less of that responsibility to handle the ball, and he'll be able to go back to just being a two guard,
That's fair.
spot up and shoot,
I
and
think,
be more
uh,
efficient. you
I
know?
think
Yeah,
he
I
could
have
be more
nothing wrong with
efficient, but I think his numbers will go down. Like I don't see him averaging over 20 next year. He could be better in terms of efficiency, like just being smarter with the ball. Like he could have a better season in that sense. But I just don't think we've already seen what he could do as a second option. That you're not really going to do much with that, especially he's going on 32 years old. Like they're gonna ask less of
It's
him.
not even that old.
Yeah, 32 is not
but
right.
he's on the
it's
he's
not
on the
worth- it's not
decline.
worth
He's not getting
mentioning.
any better. As all
Yeah,
I'm
we
saying.
know what he is.
Yeah, like he's not gonna change his play style or anything like that. I mean, maybe we never know. There's some
Yeah.
players that
I mean,
happen to, but
I'm not mad that you have him at 9 based on what you said. I
Yeah.
just don't agree.
Those
with
are all
that.
valid reasons,
it's
yeah.
valid, so can't hate on that. You got 8, Omar. Go to 8.
yeah, you can just
Oh,
go to
you
I
guys
eight.
already did
already said my
All
9,
right,
yeah.
so 8, I got Bane.
Desmond Bain.
Young Desi.
Interesting.
I got Desmond Bain at number 8 too, baby.
I got Desmond Bain at number 8 too,
Let's
baby.
go.
I think I got
Desmond
somebody
Bain.
too.
Yes, sir.
Let me check.
That's what we all got Desmond Bain.
Hold up,
No, I don't. I don't.
I got this man at number 8
I want to be a
I
top.
don't know what this nigga talking about.
The gas,
the
one tripping, bro.
The
Alright,
guy is
that's
actually
tripping.
another hero. Who's
Nah,
next,
man.
man? I want to know.
So
Okay.
for Desmond Bain, like
Let's
Yeah,
you know,
let's
he's
And everyone
he
said
went-
and then we'll go to
he went real crazy. He went real crazy last year. He keeps improving every single year. He averaged like what did he average last year?
24?
24?
Remember we were talking about the beginning of the
Yeah,
season, like could he be an all-star? And he started the
Yeah.
year off super hot, and
Yeah,
Hussain
no,
was like,
like-
shiver me timbers.
Like
like,
30 point per
I was
game
saying
level,
that,
bro.
you know,
He's great.
25,
he
on this
started
team.
the season
And
averaging
he
like
got
25.
better. I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
And
It's
so-
another-
No,
I'll
you're
take
good.
it.
It's not even
I'll
L.
take it.
It's not even
No,
L.
I was going
but-
hard for it, so I'll take
Okay,
that.
okay,
but-
He did debate.
He has one of the best shooting percentages in the entire league when it comes to threes. He's a good defender. He got
For
the
his
tiny ass
size,
arms,
yeah.
but he's good. I don't
Tiny.
know how he does it.
But you have to
but-
forget the arms,
He-
bro.
He's a
He's stocky.
linebacker, bro.
So I think
The release
that-
is quicker because you don't got to follow through as
And
much.
It's true.
And just in the trajectory of him getting better every single year, I feel like he's gonna have an even better year, especially with Ja being out so many
They're
games.
gonna lean heavily
Like,
on him.
he's
for
gonna be
the
really
He
good
might
next
even
year.
go to 25, 26
That'd be
next
all-star.
year. Yeah, like if he especially if he keeps that team afloat.
When,
Yeah.
and
I
when
think
Ja
he'll
gets
get a
back,
lot
if
of
he's
credit,
still
yeah.
continuing to go off.
Let me ask you guys this though: do you think JJJ's better than him?
No.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
as an
yeah.
all-around
He's a
player,
deep
yes.
player as an overall
Yes,
player.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah,
Yes,
you
he
gotta
is.
give it to him when it comes
He's
to
an
points,
all-star,
but-
too.
Because
yeah.
Jaren Jackson's still a really good scorer.
And his offense
Like,
is good.
He's-
I feel like
he's a good
when you
scorer,
watch
though.
the games, like
Good.
once playoffs comes, like who's more important against the Lakers, Desmond Bain or
No,
JJJ?
Jaren Jackson.
Jaren
Jaren
Jackson.
he
Jackson.
had to be
Anthony Davis
in
is
Anthony
abusing
Davis's
him. I've
way.
seen Desmond Bain,
Well,
But that's what I'm
drop
saying.
30s,
If Jared
40s.
Jackson wasn't getting abused, they'd
That's
probably
a
win the
hard. That's
series.
a hard job. That's a very hard job to
Okay,
do.
but I feel
True,
like
but it's an AD. Like not many
Yeah.
people could guard AD.
he's
Period.
gonna be there next year though. Like, and Desmond Bain has more impact on the basketball game than JJJ. actually.
No,
No,
I
like
don't
Jaren
think-
Jackson's young. I'm pretty sure
If they're
Jaren
both
Jackson's
playing
still
well,
younger.
I'll give you the JJJ point, but
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Wait, how old
Desmond
is
Bain's
he?
more consistent at what he does.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
fair,
he's younger
too.
than Bain.
I'm just
That's
saying.
why he has more
I'm just
impact.
saying. I
Bain
think
spent some
Jaren's
time in
more
college.
important, but it's just he's not. He doesn't
That's
always
consistent.
perform up to the like importance level. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And that's
But-
gonna when it matters because this team now, like
what is this thing's age?
we always say, that,
20.
like they're young, they're coming up, but
Now
now
Bain is like 24.
going into next year, we should like know that they're solidified as who they are, and we should keep them at a certain standard rather than saying, oh, this is where they're supposed to be at. Now we should say, oh, this is the championship team. After they have enough experience now to hold them to that standard.
Right.
And we're saying, so like if JJJ doesn't perform, is he really him or is Desmond Bain better than him at that point going into next season?
We'll see,
we
bro.
got to see. I mean,
Yeah.
whoever has the better year, obviously. Like
Yeah.
it's not. It could be JJJ. It could be Desmond Bain. We got to see. But
I think they're close as in player term wise. Like they both give like Bane is better offensively, and one's the depoy, right?
yeah.
You get like without Bane, like you were said in the Lakers series, without Bane dropping 30 or 40,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That series also is very tough. But without Jaren's defense, containing. Obviously, you didn't like. What I'm
Yeah,
saying?
the thing is with Jaren, like it's harder to find a big that's a good rim protector than a shooter. That's the only reason I say.
You went to the Lakers game live. You saw Desmond Bain cook the way that he did. Like,
I gotta bring that up. Yeah, he got 40.
it's
So what?
different when you watch it on TV and you watch it
Did we
live.
not win
like,
the game?
We won that game.
Yeah,
Went to
so
OT.
That boy nice.
Remember Braun did that and went on Dylan Brooks? Okay, no, I'm not here. I'm kidding.
That boy
I'm
nice.
just saying, like in terms of impact, like watching the game.
Obviously,
like,
watching the
kinda
guy score 40 is worse than the guy defending AD. I'm gonna be honest, dead ass, like I'm gonna be dead ass. Like watching the guy score 40 is worse than
I'm
But
saying your
to your
perspective would be
point,
different. watching
obviously
it.
I was pissed.
No, but Jaren was really important. He was still playing really good defensively in that
He's more
series,
rare to
and he
find,
scored.
too.
He was scoring pretty well in that series
Yeah.
too. Like he couldn't really do much.
Oh, wait a
with,
second.
Yeah, the
Ja
one game
being
in
hurt and
Memphis
whatnot,
where he
like-
cooked AD. He
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
put back dunked on his shit.
That was
He
crazy.
was going off.
But all I have to say about Memphis, and we'll probably get more into it when we have like our rankings, is we have to hold them to a higher standard now. And they've been second seed for what?
Yeah.
2-3
They're consistent
years
Oh
now?
yeah,
playoff
as a
watch,
team
bro.
overall for
As a
sure.
team,
Yeah,
so-
100%.
Then we have to hold their players to a certain standard now too.
Now they got
for
Marcus
playoff
Smart,
stuff.
some winning players in there. Now it's gonna be
Yeah.
for sure on them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
D-Rose.
just gonna. I'm gonna tell you all right now.
D-Rose.
No, I'm gonna tell you all right now. I just made a revision on my list
Oh,
because
now you
no,
know.
a name that was on the list isn't supposed to be there because of the position kind of
Okay,
thing.
that's fine.
So now because of
So
because
what changed with that? Did anything previously change? Like,
no, it would have been Bane actually.
Okay.
because I'll just say it now. I had Harden on my list.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
You
Yeah.
got him
yeah.
at 8.
No, I didn't have him that low. I'm just the people.
He's
I'm
just
moving.
waiting
I'm
on
moving.
Get him.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
I have to scrap the names so people's names move
That's
down.
an awesome blue gasket.
So it would have been Bane. Yeah.
Harden.
How could you say that?
All right, let's
Okay.
do it.
So who's 8 now? Who's 8?
Keep my
No, it
wife's
would've
name
been-
out your.
I said it would have been Bane. I had Bane over these guys.
Oh, so who's your previous
got
one
eight,
though?
So who's
Oh,
9 and 10?
who the guy was supposed? No, because I had Bane over Max and Hero.
Yeah.
So Bane's your 8.
Yeah, Bane's my. Wait,
you
yeah.
changed it.
No, I had to change it because he was
You
a.
won't leave me hanging.
Yeah, I got you.
No, but who do you have previous?
So who's that kick out of the list?
Yeah.
then?
Because I kicked Harden out, but
Oh, okay.
Harden was on the
He
list.
kicked
Harden was
Harden out
on
and
the list.
rearranged it.
Oh,
That's
so
why I
messed up
rearranged
the-
it. No, because I had some honorable
He
mentions
just
and stuff,
swapped.
so
He
I
just swapped
switched
Harden for
them.
Bane and
I switched some
Screens
things
to
up.
change the order.
Okay.
I switched some things up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll say my number 7.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, if you want to.
You want to give any take
Yeah,
on
we all
Desmond
said
Bane?
Bane.
or-
No, I mean I think he's a really good player for what is. That's why I have him over these
All right,
guys.
let's start with
Other guys.
Gabe this time, since Omari already said.
Oh,
two.
for number 7?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go number 7 here.
Stop, bro. You cut the man off.
Because we've already been on that side so many times already.
My number 7, I have Bradley
Best
Beal.
side.
I also have
Me
Bradley
too.
Beal.
I have Bradley Beal.
That is a good one. That's a good
I
one.
have
You
Bradley
know-
Beal.
yeah,
I have Bradley Beal's number
You got
7.
Bradley Beal? Yeah, Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal?
Yep.
Let's go.
That's working
No,
with
I
you?
didn't.
Hussain got him like 3.
Bradley Beal.
Hussain got that
All right,
number.
let's give
Beal
our
first,
collective
yeah.
Bradley Beal take, and then Hussain could
Yeah,
be the
you-
villain. For
I'll
this
just start
one.
real quick. I don't have much to say. I mean, like, in my opinion, Bradley Beal has obviously his legacy for 30-point per game season, whatever. We're past that, right? I'm not going to bring that up. What he's going to do now, he's going to give a solid 20-point per game plus on an efficient team.
Well, next year's gonna be a point guard. This was his
never
last
averaged.
year
True,
of being
true.
a shooting
Booker's
guard.
definitely the
Plus,
point
he's
guard
never
on that
averaged
team.
30 points per game.
What? Who?
Exactly.
Brad.
Oh, my fault. That
Yeah.
was my step.
Yeah.
My buddy.
Oh, spoiler.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. though.
Go ahead,
So
give Bradley
going
Beal.
into next season, and Brad's going to give you efficient 20 plus. He's also going to facilitate, which is also helping his case more. I think he is still above, not by crazy amount, but he's still above Bane in my opinion right now.
Yeah, I would agree.
So, like simple.
Skill wise, I'm
Any
gonna put him there.
additions?
I think, Bradley Beal. I think he fits well in this third option. He was never. I mean, he did okay with John Wall, but that never amounted to nothing. We saw he was scoring 30 as the first option while he was looking great. The team wasn't. So I think him being this third option fits perfect with his role. It's like I know he's going to be the point guard, but the playmaking duties are probably realistically going to be between him and Booker, split up. So. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what he does in this role. I don't know how much he's gonna average with KD and Book on the team. Like, he could average 18 points because they got so much scoring.
Nah, I feel like he'll
But-
get his because
Yeah,
the
impact
bench isn't
wise.
that great, so they have to play some heavy.
Yeah,
minutes.
that might be true, but yeah, I think the players above him are better because they have more of an impact and they're probably higher on the totem pole on their team's importance list. And so, I mean, he's a good player. Like I know the contract is awful and we always roast him about that, but just looking at minus the contract, he's a good player, good playmaker, 3-level scorer.
Yeah.
So. I mean, shout out Bradley Beal. I can't say that much bad about him.
He shot 50% last year too.
Yeah,
so
he's
it's
a good player.
mad
He's just-
efficient. Yeah, so I
He's
feel
just
like
not top 5.
Most,
you know?
most people like their efficiency is gonna go up when when they have a lesser role if they're that good of a player. I
Right.
think he'll shoot even better.
50, 40, 90, hopefully
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah, he could.
He might, his points might go down, but
The cat.
points might go down, but
That's
his
almost
efficiency is probably gonna go up. Plus, along with his assists too.
Yeah.
All right, so then I
Yeah.
have Zach LaVine at my number 7. The reason why I have Zach at number 7, I think I think we've already seen the best of Zach LaVine and what he can do offensively. I think he's the most he can do is shoot more efficiently going into next season. But rather than that, like
I disagree. But
I think he's still going to be a second option. Like what solidified me being here. He's a good player. I think the other players I have on my list ahead of him are better, of course. But I think he's just capped at what he can do. DeRozan was the number one for the past 2 seasons, which, like, going into it, we didn't think that was going to happen. DeRozan just had a really good season.
Well, was he the number one this last season, or you think
I
Zach
think he was the number one this last season.
I think it was
Zach-
closer.
I
This
think-
last season it was
yeah.
closer.
Closer, but
If I
DeRozan
just
was
swing
still
it,
ahead.
I swing it towards DeRozan, but I can see the point.
DeRozan
of Zach
was still
LaVine.
ahead.
DeRozan got the All-Star nod, too, so, I mean, if you want to put it in
But
that,
that,
he
I don't know if
should've
that
As a
counts.
guard.
That's just a popularity contest.
DeRozan plays power forward.
Yeah, he starts at power
Oh,
forward
yeah.
too. So
As a
that's-
guard, it's
That's
ridiculous.
fair, yeah. But
Talking about option on the team.
either way, I think what more can we see from Zach LaVine that we haven't already seen?
a lot actually.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
think.
wanna hear what you have to say. I wanna hear what you have to
We'll
say.
see where he has Zach on his
Yeah.
list, and he can say why.
Well, I have-
but as for my reason as to why
Yeah.
I'm at 7, I don't think he's as good as the other players I have higher on my list, and I
Mhm.
think he's capped offensively. And defensively, we know where he is too. So
Well, I could jump in here because then I have Zach LaVine at 6. So.
6 as well, sir?
Yep, we all do.
Okay, we all do.
yeah.
We all do.
Everything.
we can have a little
listener.
argument about this.
Yeah.
Can
so
I say a quick thing before you go on the long
Yeah,
thing?
go ahead.
I think whatever Hussain said is like true. I just think Zach is currently better than like Brad as of right now.
Mhm.
Like whatever you said is like I get what you're saying, but I think Zach is a better player than Bradley Beal.
I
Pretty
have
much.
Brad at 6, and I'll say why. As to why.
Oh, so you had it inverted like
Yeah,
us?
yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Obviously, we think Zach LaVine's better. We have him ranked higher, but
Yeah.
I just don't agree with the point that you made about we've seen the best from Zach. Like the Bulls made the playoffs that one year, but I don't think we've truly seen him in a winning situation. I think if he gets to a real contender, he'll give more on the defensive side of the ball because I've seen glimpses of him being an okay defender. Like, yeah, he's not good
He's
at
a
all,
try, yeah.
but he tries in some situations. That year that they made the playoffs, I saw glimpses of that, him trying. He's athletic, so he has the capability to do something. But obviously, he's not,
Okay, but even if he does go into like a winning situation, his role would be lessened because he was playing behind DeMar. Back to the point he was playing behind DeMar. If he goes to a championship level team, he's going to be playing behind somebody as well.
Well, yeah, he's still a second option. I think Bradley Beal's a second option too, right? Third
Yeah,
at
but
this
I
point.
think Brad can score at a higher clip than Beal on
Yeah.
levels.
I think Levine's actually a much better defender than Beal. That's one of my other
he
things
is a better
too.
I
defender.
mean, it's like it's not night and day though. It's like
No, because
Yeah.
Levine's actually above league average when it comes to defensive stuff.
in terms of what offensive, like rating.
Yeah, even when I was looking this stuff up too, because I was looking at like Levine to the Knicks trade rumors.
Yeah.
So I was reading up on how good of a defensive player he is, and he was actually really he did really well last year.
I don't think it's a big difference between Bradley Beal
Because
and Levine
Beal's
to
not
the
a,
point
like
where
a
you rank
Beal's
him
not a
differently.
traffic cone, but like Levine's a better defender
That's
than Beal.
why you ranked him differently, or
Yeah, I think because I think they're very similar players. Like,
Yeah.
but I think Levine just edges out.
to your point, I feel like the way you think they are defensively, I see them as offensively. Like I think Bradley Beal can score.
She's in the
They
couch.
scored 2 different ways. Like Levine scores off his athleticism and puts himself in a better position to score athletically. He can shoot the 3-2 at a pretty good clip. But I feel like Bradley Beal, like I'm like a footwork guy, so maybe that's why I have the nod over him. But the way that Bradley puts himself in position.
Fell out the window.
Well, I thought the cat
His water fell out the window, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna.
So the way Brad put himself in a position to score, and he also averaged 30 for multiple seasons, and he's and Zach kind of.
But you can't say the legacy
Zach
remark.
averaged
bro.
27. It's not like he's far off.
I had 37 and 30.
Dude, averaging 30
3
like
points?
a couple of years
Yeah.
ago, and like going into next season, like he's not gonna average close to 30. Like you
And he was
gotta
by
understand-
himself when he was averaging 30. Worst team in the league.
He was like the Bugatti in the freaking trailer.
Zach LaVine ain't never been on the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Bulls are pretty bad. So.
They are bad, but they're not,
Not
the worst. They aren't the
That's
worst.
what the Wizards were.
But even going into next season,
She get out?
Why reason why?
No, she didn't get out, but are you sure she's not behind us?
No, she's
like in there.
She's
She's in there.
I've seen her
In the
face.
couch.
I seen your face here too.
Yeah, well, she's chilling, bro. We'll be.
I'm just hoping she doesn't have to use her bathroom. That's why. 'cause I put the key with her.
I think she'd come out if she'd want to use the
I think
bathroom.
she was trying to come out. I don't know.
Wait, it's alright. I mean, she'll come out.
Yeah. In terms of impact, I think Bradley Beal will have a bigger impact next season than Zach LaVine will because they have championship expectations, and he's like, I guess he's supposed to be running the offense.
Bro,
I
who's the
don't
better
believe it.
player? Who cares about impact?
Bradley Beal.
Okay, that's what you think.
Nah, I'm taking Levine.
But why say impact? Impact is like
Well,
play.
because we're swinging into next season, and obviously he's a Phoenix Sun, not a Washington Wizard now. He's
Yeah,
not gonna be
one's on a
averaging 30
contending team. One is. What are you saying? Impact? Like what are you talking about?
in terms of his play.
Talk
Why
about
is
him.
Impact winning, right?
Bro, what does winning have to do with the player though? We're talking about like at their
That's what
position.
everything a player has
At
to
their
do.
position.
Yeah,
She's in the
he's
couch.
better.
I don't get how you're ranking your list right now, bro.
I'm saying
Like it's like right here if you want to look.
No, I see her, but
Yeah, I think I'm
All
right.
right, so what's your argument here?
Bro, I deadass think like I think you fully think Brad Beal's like I don't know how you think he's better like as a player
If
right
he wanted
now.
to come out, just like play with
Offensively,
her paw.
I think he's a better scorer, and defensively, it's not.
She is.
It's not different. Like the way that defensively the tiers.
But you brought up winning, like in impact of winning.
No,
in
I
like
know
a-
what he
like a-
means.
in like
I
a-
know what he means, but it's
If you
not
wanted-
fair to
if you
say to
wanted to
Zach
say that,
because he's on a worse
Like,
team.
you can take that
It's
argument away. I
extremely.
still
Bro,
think he's better.
this shouldn't even regard
Okay,
winning in any way.
You can take away winning out of your mind. I still think Bradley Beal is a better player. And offensively,
Okay,
Then I have
give
to
your
agree to
point.
disagree with you.
Let's just because we got
Yeah.
basically swapped lists. So give your point for Bradley Beal then.
Okay, I think why I kind of already said it. I think he's just a better scorer. The way he scores the basketball is better than Zach
Leave it
LaVine.
open a little so she
And I don't think we've seen the best of Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
There you go. I don't think we've seen the best of Brad.
Get out
Come
of
here,
here,
kitty.
Shrimp.
Special guest.
Stop hiding.
Hey, show it to the camera. We'll get some likes
Say
for
what's
this.
up. Make a TikTok out of it.
Say what's up to the ball. Don't
It's
like
the
it.
video mascot. Our new
Video mascot. Video mascot. Shout out to Kitty.
Put him as a thumbnail, Mark.
We might get lots of clicks off that.
The animal niche kick in.
Put her to the mic.
Just ever say meow.
What do you think about Bradley Beal?
Say so.
Say so.
She agrees with me.
She knows Bradley Beal's worse than Zach LaVine.
Let's drag on this argument until he comes back, and then we'll move on to the next one. So Zach. Yeah. So, I mean, I want to give a little more shout-outs to Zach LaVine, just some pointers. Yeah, I think, again, I think he needs to be put in a winning situation to really see what we can get out of him. I think he can do more than what he's shown. I think when you're not winning, you also tend to care less. Similar on a defense, I think sometimes offensively, he kind of defers to DeMar because he understands that, hey, this fool's about to hit 2 back-to-back game winners 2 weeks in a row. I kind of can chill on this. So, I don't know. I think Zach still has another level he can get to. I know he's
Really?
not, he's 27, 28 years old, but I still think in a better situation we can see more from him.
What's that level? Yeah, get into more detail.
Talk Zach. By the way, talk about age wise.
Curious as
No, I'm saying also talk about like
Well, just
going
winning.
into seeing.
He can do the same
winning.
thing, but just like Chris
Like,
Middleton, right? We thought he was whatever, but until when he started winning with Giannis, we got more respect for him.
Also, if you want to take age to factor, if someone's on 27, they're going up. Someone's 32, they're gonna.
Well, 27,
like,
he's not gonna get
same
better.
level, yeah. I mean,
He's just
definitely-
gonna
He can get
stay
a
at
little
that.
better. He can get a little better.
Yeah.
But Brad, like, what realistically, he's not like
gonna do
a
the
GOAT
same
type
thing
of player.
as
He's not
been
gonna get better.
He's
gonna be like-
plateaued, yeah.
He's gonna plateau or get worse.
He already has plateaued.
He's
Yeah.
32.
Yeah, he's 32.
Yeah.
What was Harden?
32 and
Harden
33.
32 and 34. He
But
got
Harden
worse.
is different. Like the boys that play
Nah,
basketball is
If
completely different.
Harden gets worse, like people are gonna get worse.
I
The
think
way he
people.
plays basketball is different than Harden. Harden is
I'm just
stripped
giving you.
off
I'm giving you
usage.
example. Let me give you another
Can't
one.
give you that. That's a bad
Let me give you
example.
another example. Let me think of an NBA player that just started
Plays
getting
like
worse.
Bradley Beal.
He
Yeah.
started getting worse.
Every other player except like a top
Rudy
10 player.
Gobert. He started getting
Give me
worse.
ass.
I can say Rudy Gay from 32
Players
34
get
got
down.
worse.
Players
You
play
believe me?
worse, but he's 32 years old.
Vince Carter 32
So when
34
Steph was
he got
30,
worse.
when Steph was 32, you thought he was gonna get worse.
He's different though.
He's a top 5
He
player.
got better.
I just
Motherfucker
said
got
outside of like a top 10 player.
I still think what Bradley Beal does is not gonna get worse from 32 to 33. In my opinion.
No,
Plus,
yeah, he's not.
His
He's
role
not.
is gonna be like lessened from what it was in
Yeah.
Washington. So.
But I believe he's worse than Zach LaVine.
What about at 5? Who do you believe is at that position on your list? Number 5.
I'll say
Here,
mine.
Gabe.
I'll start. I got Kyrie Irving at my 5.
Me too. I got Kyrie at
Hey!
number 5. I'm not gonna dap you. We have the same fucking list at this rate.
I got Kyrie way higher than that.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, okay.
I got Anthony Edwards at my number 5.
I'm out. I'm
Come on,
out
man.
of here. I'm out of here.
At 5?
I got
At
Anthony
5,
higher than
Anthony
that.
I got Anthony higher than that,
Yeah,
bro.
The reason why I have
Okay.
Anthony Edwards
Hold
at-
on. Can we give a Kyrie take?
I didn't even say my 5 either.
Oh yeah, Hussain.
Oh, yeah,
was
give
it?
me
Kyrie
a
or Ant?
Is it Kyrie or Ant? It's not.
No, it's neither though. I have Jalen Brown at
W
5.
pick.
Okay.
really?
Okay. All right, let's start in order. Let's go. Me and Gabe will talk about Kyrie. You two can talk about Ant,
Yeah.
and then we'll talk. And then he'll talk about Jalen Brown.
As a newly listed shooting guard in the NBA nowadays, Mr. Kyrie Irving, we know what he is about, and he's gonna continue doing what he's gonna do. We saw it last season with the first half with KD at least. Man was going off.
Yeah, he's crazy.
And if that's any indicator on what he can do with someone like a superstar's KD's level, I can already know what he's gonna do with Luka, like his own. He's gonna.
To your point though, like even with Luka, he played better with Luka than he did with KD.
Yeah, he played. He had
Yeah, so
27.
I'm just giving examples. I'm giving like
buffing-
scenarios.
buffing you up.
Exactly. So like in my eyes, that just goes to show like why
I'm gonna be
Kyrie's
honest,
gonna
he didn't
suit
play
this
better.
role.
He played exactly the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he played
27
he played the
before
same.
and after.
He played the same.
Yeah, he played the same. Yeah.
He's still, that's still
Still the
top of
same.
the league. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't want false information out there.
No misinformation.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Kyrie's gonna. I think now that this season, going into the next season, they're gonna have figuring more stuff out. They got one more player to figure out their defensive issues. But now that they're gonna have time to play together and off season to like adjust, I think he's gonna like be great again. You know what I mean? Like as well.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the list, not much negative to say about these players. I mean, there is a few, but with Kyrie, He's one of the best players in the league, one of the best scorers in the league. If this was just a scorers list, he'd be top 5 across all positions. You know, he could get a bucket for you anytime. He's not a bad playmaker. He could play off the ball. So, yeah, Kyrie's definitely a top 5 shooting guard, no question. And I think he's going to fare well in that secondary role as that secondary scorer next to Luka Doncic. And if they surround him with good defenders to cover up for his and Luka's deficiencies, I think they could, like we said, be that team that makes the playoffs next year. So, yeah, shout out to Kyrie. I mean, I got nothing bad to say about him.
He's always been the number 2 wherever he's been at, mostly Cleveland,
Yeah,
Nets.
that's where
He's always been the 2.
role.
So he's
When he
always
tried to be number 1, it didn't work. Yeah,
so
they blew
his
up.
role as number 2 is gonna be perfect. Like
Championship team though with him at 2.
exactly,
It is, for
if
sure.
he's your 2,
So-
you're doing something
You
right.
have a chance.
For me, I had Jaylen Brown at number 5. So when we get to the top 5 players, I'm looking around every single aspect of this person, and I'm trying to see
Facts.
them as being as elite in most aspects, or at least very good. You can't be bad at something. And with Jaylen Brown, I think he's a very good scorer, a very good defender. He is not a good ball handler, and he cannot like be given the role of being the number 1 option on that team and scoring and being consistent with it. And then we saw that these playoffs, and so the people I have above him have proven to be that caliber of player and have proven to be able to show up when they need to be like there. So that's basically my whole thing. There's nothing against these players. Obviously, what Bez said, these are all top 5 players, so they're all very good at what they do. But I just have very small things that push other people ahead of each other. That's why later on, I think you guys already talked about Ant. That's why I have Ant a little bit higher than him. But
To be fair though, for Jaylen Brown, they don't ask him to dribble. Like that's not what he's supposed
not his
to
role,
do.
yeah.
yeah, I know,
So you
like,
can't-
But he doesn't
you
have
can't
the
put that
ability
as a
to.
negative.
yeah, but like,
It's also such a minor part of his game. It's like,
no, but like it was
He has
exposed.
no
Yeah, so
left
if it's so minor,
There's
then
no
why
left hand.
add it to like as to why you have him.
It wasn't.
That's
It
what
was.
I'm saying. It's
I'm
minor,
talking.
it's not really-
For me, it's like it also has to do with like shot creation and stuff like that, where he was pushed and he didn't
So you
pass.
think Anthony Edwards is better shot creation than?
Jalen Brown, yes.
Yeah,
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 I think
yeah.
100%.
100%
That
is a
was
better
100,
shot
in my
creator.
opinion.
Yeah, that's not even debatable. I don't
So,
think. But give your
Back to
you
that,
guys-
like
you
shot
guys-
creation. I think Anthony Edwards.
You guys
I think
can
his-
give your Anthony
yeah.
Edwards take now.
I think his shot selection is poor. I don't think it's the greatest shot selection. The type of shots that he takes aren't like
Who?
Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
The shots that he takes aren't like.
You got him at
susceptible
4
to
though?
winning.
Anthony
5,
Edwards.
5,
That's
right?
on 5.
That's wrong,
5,
right
5,
now?
5. Okay, okay, yeah,
So I have
yeah.
Anthony
Continue,
Edwards
sorry.
at 5. And then to your point of like, I don't think he's gonna do as well as Kyrie. Kyrie's averaging 27. I think he's gonna do 27 again next year. I don't think Cat's gonna average Cat. I don't think Anthony Edwards is gonna average 27 because of the players like Cat and Rudy Gobert. Because they wanna. The reason why I think Anthony Edwards played very well next season, and I think he's gonna be better played very well this season, but I think he's gonna be better next season, is because they didn't find a way to implement Rudy Gobert and Cat to work. I think they're going to try to do various ways to get that to happen. I think Anthony Edwards is going to take a back seat and not do as well as other players. Back seat in terms of usage.
I don't know. I think he's.
Compared to all
I
the
think.
other
I think.
players?
The,
They're
I
not
think
going
the
to want
opposite.
Edwards to be the focal point.
No,
of
I
this
think.
team?
I think
Yeah.
that's what. I
Like,
think
you think
that's the
they're
shift
gonna
that
not
happened.
do that?
I think
Increase, if
I think
anything.
they jumped away from Cat being the number 1 guy to Anthony Edwards
Yeah,
being the
and I
number 1
agree.
guy.
I agree with that.
And that's
But
why I think he's
they
going to
wanna
take the
make-
jump.
Yeah.
Dude, they gave up so much for Rudy Gobert that they're going to be willing to make that work over having Anthony
But
Edwards. And
Gobert
suck up everything.
isn't a player you worry about usage for.
Yeah.
Towns is.
You don't give a fuck
So
about getting Gobert.
They're
involved,
gonna
like-
stop running plays for Towns. They're gonna start running more
You didn't
plays for
trade for him
Edwards.
to get him involved offensively either.
Yeah, but I feel like you still need to get like. I feel like he wants the ball offensively too.
Okay, that's what Mike
Fuck
Conley.
what he wants.
That's what Mike Conley's
I
for,
get it.
basically. Like Anthony Edwards, like I already heard about the stuff where it's like Gobert's opening the post up and they ignore him. That's what they got Mike Conley for, right? They give him Mike Conley, will give him the ball.
Anthony Edwards is a terrible passer. I remember the pick and roll with him and
He's a
Gobert.
shooting
It was like
guard.
one
That's
for-
why he's a
He's
shooting
a shooting guard. He's a
He's not a
shooting
point
guard.
guard.
He's
He's a shooter.
Bro, still the lob up once in a while.
Okay.
He's like, not at all.
Mitchell didn't do that either. Remember?
No one
Mitchell
did.
was okay. It wasn't as bad as.
Bro, there was a stat saying I
No,
think
but,
Mitchell.
like,
I think
they
Mitchell
didn't give the
passes
ball
to
to
like
each other,
180
oh.
pick and roll scenarios. Or
No,
something.
it was worse than Anthony Edwards.
Bro,
They only
way
played
worse.
one
It was
season
way
together.
worse.
Gobert was
One
worse
season.
with Anthony Edwards too. So I mean,
You're
shit.
talking about Mitchell?
No, Gobert was worse
I'm saying
on the Timberwolves than on the Jazz.
Yeah,
so
because he doesn't pass him the ball at all.
yeah, but I'm
Bro,
saying
like-
if you got worse than you were with
You're
Mitchell,
not
he's
gonna
gonna pass him
you're not
even
gonna do
less.
better. You're not gonna do better because Gobert got more looks. Like
Yeah.
it's not gonna be. It's not gonna
I
be
agree
like
with you,
that.
but I mean, like, even if you want to set up a pick and roll to like get the defenders off of Anthony Edwards, that's the whole reason. Like,
I mean,
they know
those-
they're not going to pass. He's not
Those
gonna
are
pass
those
it
are
at all.
critiques, but like that isn't against
on
Anthony
Gobert,
Edwards.
yeah,
That's
that's
on
on
Gobert.
Gobert, not him.
I think it's up to Anthony Edwards to pass the ball at least because A little lob.
But if it's a losing play, why would
you?
you pass to the guy if it's a losing play?
Lob's a losing play?
To Gobert, yes.
I think
I don't like Gobert either, but
I think
Like the least efficient blob threat.
No, but he
He'll
always
make the
brings
best
up
of bench.
lob threat. He always brings up lob threat, and I'm like,
Just
if
for,
people
just for
don't,
this argument.
I get you,
What's
but like,
lob threat?
Jericho Sims is a lob threat. Let's not talk about lob
Talking
threats.
more Rudy
You
Gobert,
say he's like a
that's
lob
one of
threat,
his
but Hussain, if-
assets. He doesn't have any assets offensively. That's one of them at least.
he should develop, bro. If,
That's the point guard job, not
No.
Anthony Edwards'
That
job.
nigga old.
If he can throw it once
Bro,
or like 3
develop
times,
a little hook, a
like
little
he was one
shimmy.
person. That's not even the main argument. That's why I'm
Develop a jump shot. I mean, okay, like this is 4
Kobe
and
would
5
say,
for me.
"Get the fucking rebound." He's the best shooting guard of all time. So
This is 4 and 5. Like for me, it was just very slight differences. What I like personally, I think like Jaylen Brown. I'm pretty sure he does average better stats than Anthony Edwards currently.
Yeah,
I think next season it's gonna be different.
So okay, that's
So who's four?
I
then?
don't think-
So who's four for y'all?
four.
Oh, Omari didn't get to see why.
Well, he said
Yeah,
my
yeah,
5 is
Edwards.
and my 4 is Brown. So
Wait, why do you have Ant at 5?
well, Ant, especially I mean, if we're going into next season, I can see why people may think or may feel like he's gonna be better than Jaylen Brown. But at this point in their careers, like Jaylen Brown has been super efficient. I mean, super efficient and consistent. Like, and he's only 26. Like Anthony Edwards is young too, but Jaylen Brown is not that. He's not even in his quote unquote prime years. You know how they say it starts at 28, and he's already averaging almost 27 efficiently.
Top 15 player.
You know,
also.
like, and he was a top 15 player, made
Facts.
made
All NBA.
So I'm just, you know, I got to give the nod to Jaylen Brown because he's continued to do this, like, get better each year and, you know, be that efficient scorer and second option. And he averages like 7 rebounds. You know, he does other things. But I know his left hand is ass. Like, we make fun of him, but
But that's a small part.
yeah, but that's a small part. And like when it comes to just
not the reason why they
effectiveness, and
But at least
like,
the turnovers. By
when
the
it
way,
comes
just saying.
when it comes to effectiveness, I got to give the nod to Jaylen Brown because he's shown that can do this and he will continue to do this. Like there's nothing that tells us he's gonna regress at all.
Yeah.
Do you?
So Jaylen Brown is 4 for you?
Jaylen Brown's 4 for me.
I have a
'cause
question for
Ant-
Jaylen Brown after you're
I
done.
got Jaylen Brown at 4 too.
Yeah,
so
because
that's all
I think he is gonna make a jump. He could be better, but I'm not gonna bank on somebody. Like for me personally, I'm not gonna bank on Anthony Edwards. Just like now he's gonna be better. When I've seen Jaylen Brown
Clearly, I am.
do this so many times, you know.
Yeah, no, that's
Because
My
Fair.
question.
Edwards-
Wait, I have a
Edwards-
question. I'm asking a question about
That's
Jaylen
fair,
Brown while
though.
we're here. Well, he's my 4 too, but 4 and 5 was Kyrie for me, so I could invert them. But regardless, Jaylen Brown has been on a path where he's been continuously improving every year.
Yeah.
He's always improved. Do you think this is the year he like stops, or he's gonna improve again? Because I think what the other people are
Yeah,
gonna
I
play
think he
better
gets
than like
better.
this new. Like, what do you think's better? Like 29, 28?
No,
Well, you don't have to score points to get better.
Yeah.
Just be more
What's
efficient. And
what's
stop
he
turning
averaging?
the
Was
ball
like 45, 48%?
Exactly. Smarter shots.
Do you think he could do that?
over. Yes.
Yeah.
You, dude, if
It's
he
not
even
as hard
shoots
as-
1% better, that's an improvement.
He shoots
and less
49%.
turnovers, that's a
Do you think he's
significant
gonna go
improvement.
50?
He shoots 49 already.
Do you think he'll do it again? I'm thinking this is like the.
Yeah, it's
I'm,
like not
I'm
that
predict-
crazy to jump up.
No.
1%.
What I'm saying is the way I see it is I
Especially
think like
with another scoring option and Porzingis take attention away from him. Now he definitely don't have to dribble the ball because he could play off ball. He could spot up.
But you don't think points are gonna slip away
No,
to
no.
Porzingis?
Porzingis is definitely averaging at least
again,
like
it doesn't necessarily. You don't
No,
have to
it's not
necessarily.
I'm not saying it's
Yeah.
taking away.
Yeah.
I'm saying like, do you think this is where
Nobody
like
on that
this
team
is
is
where
taking away from Jaylen
I'm saying?
Brown.
Do you think this is where like his like constant rate of improvement stops?
No.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think
That's what I was asking. Pretty
I
much.
agree that Ant Edwards will get better next year, but I
He'll
can't
get
just
more
be like,
better, but not. That doesn't mean Jaylen Brown won't get better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I can't just be like, oh, he's going to
I
catapult
don't
Jaylen
think
Brown.
he'll reach the same
You know,
level
like,
of what Jaylen Brown's going to do next year, Anthony Edwards.
Huh?
I don't think he's going to reach the same level as what Jaylen Brown's going to do next
I think he
year.
has more of a chance.
Personally.
He has
I
the
disagree.
potential just because he's a
Yeah,
number one
yeah,
option
yeah.
and Jalen's a 2.
Yeah, yeah.
But Jalen also
Yeah.
has a green light. It's not like he's
hard
a.
to mix.
I know he's a
West
number
is
2
tough,
option,
bro.
but he still has. He's gonna get just as many shots as Anthony Edwards. You
Yeah.
know, like
I got Jaylen Brown here because I mean, again, not
Are you
much
four?
bad to
Is it your
say.
four?
Yeah, he's my 4.
Same as well.
I value the two-way though. No one said this, but I do value the two-way.
Yeah,
he's
he's a good defender,
one of the
yeah,
best
great
defensive
defender.
players in the league too. Him and Jason being such good defenders on the wing really makes that team so good defensively. Obviously, you got Brogdon and Robert Williams to help out, but they're the two main engines. And like you said, I want to see the playmaking and ball handling improve. And he doesn't have to start fucking averaging 10 assists, but when he starts driving the ball and he does go to score, I just want to see him make smart passes. That's literally it. When he does have the ball in his hands, make smart passes, don't turn the ball over. But other than that, yeah, he's an elite two-way player, and he can only get better. And maybe Porzingis helps him out, just be more efficient, be a smarter player. But yeah, Jaylen Brown at 4 for me.
Yeah,
Same.
I had Kyrie at number 4 because basically because of what you guys said, I think his role is gonna even be more not increased, but probably at the same level. It's just the chemistry with him and Luka to the point where he's gonna get better shot selections because of them playing more games than they obviously did last year. So and then his role is more succinct. rather than last year where they were just trying to figure things out. So him being in having more chemistry with Luka and them learning about each other more, and if he actually plays, I think he'll still average around the same amount of stats, and that's worthy for me, shooting guard.
Cool. I'm with that.
Same
Who
set as
else
four.
at 4? Yeah,
My 4 was Ant. So it's like we talked about that one with Jaylen Brown.
So we
Top
can move
three?
on to 3.
Number
Top
3.
I got
Top three.
Donovan.
Ooh,
Donovan
Donovan Mitchell.
I have Donovan at 3 as well.
I also have Donovan Mitchell at 3.
I got Anthony Edwards at 3.
Who wants to start?
Wait, what does Hassan have?
Who do you
I
have?
just realized he has Anthony Edwards top 2.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why once we talk about it. You guys.
Let's not go in yet.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you this first. There's
Why
no
are you
going in.
stealing? Like,
Dude, I'll tell you this.
Don't say anything about Anthony Edwards.
I'm talking about Donovan. I'm talking about Donovan.
Number 2. Hold up. What do you got?
well, number 3.
Three.
Number 3, Hussain.
Jaylen Brown is my number 3.
Okay.
Interesting.
I have Donovan at number 3 because this last
man.
season has not shown any indicator, as well as the playoffs, have not shown me any reason why he's gonna play as good as he did before. He had very bad stats
He had
in
a
the
career
playoffs.
season.
He had a career season.
I'm with you too. What do you think though?
I have him at 3, but
His regular.
I don't think that's a good point.
You look bad right now.
I know, like he's the third best because
Let's
he's
see.
bad.
His regular season, yeah, I know, it was a 28 point per
dig
game,
himself a hole.
of almost 50, 40, 90. I know that. Playoffs, this man shrunk.
So you know that and you still ranked him 3.
I know, yes, I know this.
Okay.
Okay, you look
Also,
at the playoff stats?
what
I think he still did pretty
unless they make any drastic changes to like how they're gonna like operate as a team, I don't see why reason why this man should be top 2, top 3 shooting guard.
Why is that on him?
Wait, so yeah. You can go.
On Donovan? Because he's the number 1 option. He's a borderline superstar.
But like, what does he have to do with the team construction? He can't fucking go and trade Jared Allen.
It's honestly this whole reasoning I put him at 3 is because of the playoffs.
What do you average?
He did really bad.
Yeah,
It was really bad.
He dropped off hard.
He dropped off like he had like 22, 23 points.
He averaged 23,
Bad
I
efficiency
averaged
too.
28.
Exactly.
Really
He
bad.
averaged 16
No,
points.
but
No,
but
efficiency
I think
too.
it's the-
Efficiency too
it's
was
the
really
drop
bad.
off.
But
Like, he
like,
averaged 28.
it's the whole
regular
team
season.
did bad. It's not like he was the only.
But he was a
player.
part of it too. But let me say this also: the players, obviously, I have Ant orders. I think Ant is gonna have a better season than Donovan. Ant's gonna have a bigger role coming into this new season because we didn't know if he was gonna be number 1. Everyone thought Cat was still the guy. He was not in this season.
Who was
And Ant-
everyone?
I think a couple people on the pod said I was because I was saying Edwards was gonna be him during that whole season. Everyone's like, "Oh, Cat's still coming back from injury."
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But I was saying
I
I was saying Edwards is going to be that guy, and this season he proved it. He's that guy. He's going to be that guy. So now, when Edwards comes into this next season, he's averaging 28, 27 efficiently.
28.
28. He could average 28 on that team. Donovan
He could,
averaged
but
28.
That's
Not gonna
the
happen.
bold claim to make. It's
Do you
definitely
think
a
he's
hot
gonna be an
take.
All-NBA player next year?
Oh, Edwards? Yes, he will be an All-NBA player next year.
That's a
He will.
shooting
He's
guard.
literally going to
No, it's
overpass
not- it's
Donovan.
not crazy, but it's
he's
just
going to
a hot
pass
take.
Donovan. That's why I have him there. I know he's going to pass him.
So you think Donovan Mitchell's gonna do what he did this season, next season? I know.
You mean Edwards is going to do
No,
what Donovan did?
No,
I
I'm
don't
asking
think
what
Donovan's
Donovan-
going to do his career year again.
And he might have Ant 1.
He had a career year. No, Donovan
I think he'll just
had a
go
career
Lazy, bro.
year.
He going crazy.
Okay, but so what
Do you think Donovan's going to replicate a career year? A 28, 50, 40, 90
Yeah,
almost?
I don't
Yes.
think he's what. Yeah,
Oh, then I
think so
can't.
too.
I don't think it'll be exact the same, but I still think it'll be pretty
Yeah,
close.
What's
He's not gonna
Donovan
drop
from-
off.
But, like, dude,
Yeah, like-
drop
What's
off.
Donovan
not
from-
drop off.
Mobley's not gonna score 10 more points.
Bro,
Like,
it's like you're just testing the
Can
odds.
he
He's
not
not
have
going
a
to do
similar
it.
season though? Like
Similar, but bro, 28, 50, 40, 90 is hard.
that's a top 2 shooting guard. Even if he has,
That's why he's not going to do it again. He's not going to do it again.
I think he's proven to be.
Why
a-
not?
What's
Yeah.
stopping him?
What, like Donovan doing that again?
Yeah. Well, why can't he do that again?
I think a couple people. Well, I don't want to bring Mobley into this, but I think Mobley's going to have a way better year than last year.
Mobley doing what? Like
Like
offensive?
Like offensive. I think he's going to like take a leap.
a massive jump.
I think he takes a massive jump offensively.
He only
I think
averages,
Darius
like,
Garland's
what,
gonna have a
like
good year too.
13
He
or
played
15 or
like
something?
not crazy, not like
Mobley?
amazing, but he's played all right.
Okay.
I think they're gonna have better seasons than Donovan. The way I see it is, I don't think he's gonna replicate a crazy season again.
Nobody's taking shots away from.
16.
Nobody's taking anything away from Donovan Mitchell.
Maybe like 2 more
I think
points.
if
I-
Mobley
He
takes
did-
a
he
jump,
really
if
didn't look
Mobley
at the
takes a
basket.
jump, he will.
Doesn't
If
matter.
Darius starts, I don't know. I think he won't replicate that again. That's why I say this.
Someone has to take a massive jump for him to get the Christian stats because he literally holds the ball like most of the time.
let's see if he
He's
can
a-
Garland got
replicate
hurt a
that
little
crazy.
bit.
He is the
Right?
Cleveland Cavaliers at this
Bro,
point.
the season.
asking someone to do that again is actually hard. Like you gotta like that's not like oh he
Well,
could
you know
he
who
could
he
do
is.
it but he can't.
He plays
Like he
69.
couldn't.
Plus, he's
can't.
getting
Go
better
through
too.
here. He's a
Older.
multi-time
Yeah.
All-Star. He's had playoff
He is.
success in Utah.
But it's
Exactly.
Edwards' time to shine. He's gonna do better.
28 is crazy.
I'm
for
gonna
him.
give my Edwards take because he just glazed all over him. I want to give it like I'm high on him next year. I do think we were talking about him versus Jaylen Brown. I think he's gonna have a better year than Jaylen Brown. He said it previously. I do think he'll have more opportunity. He will be the number 1 option, and I'm kind of projecting it. He's really good defensively too, and I do think he has potential to get even better. He has all the tools to be good defensively. I think he'll have a bigger role on offense, and we'll show. I think he could be a top 10 MVP candidate next year, assuming the Wolves are a good team. Yeah, obviously I don't know how fucking good the Wolves are going
I
to be.
said that too. The top 10 MVP players.
Assuming they're a playoff team,
No,
I think
it's not insane.
I think he could be a top 10 MVP.
I think recency
They'd have to make the
bias.
playoffs.
He's already been a
Bro, you think Jalen Green's gonna average 30 in 2 seasons, bro? I don't want to hear you.
Yeah,
that
Jalen
was
Green's
just
not
like-
even on the list, and he's supposed to average 30 in the next 2 seasons.
We're not talking about Jalen Green here. We're talking about freaking Anthony Edwards.
But I'm saying you didn't even put him on the list, and he's supposed to be that nice.
Yeah, it's only
You
his
told
second
me.
season.
I remember there was
Give him
he was
two more
like
seasons.
Josh Giddey's on here.
you know
over
what he
Jalen
said?
Green.
You know what he shit talked a while ago? He said, Gabe, I don't know, because we're talking about Green and Maxey. Gabe, I don't know if Maxey's on the list. And then he brought up Green's on that list. I'm like, no, he's not. And
And I remember he's not on my list. I didn't put Green on my
That's
list.
crazy
voice.
No,
Maxey's not
no,
on the
he
list.
said Green would be like the borderline, but he's
I
not
thought
even
about
close.
it. He's only in his second season. You guys are giving him, and he's averaged 22.
Fuck
Is
Jalen
30
Green.
crazy?
30
Yeah,
give or
okay.
take. Fuck
34% of
We don't
34%.
give a fuck
Yeah, I
about
feel like
Jalen Green.
the recency bias of like what
We're not
Anthony
Josh
Edwards is.
And he's a riser.
Bro, I know you're
Also,
a Blazer
also,
already. I
just
know
to
you're
say-
already a-
just
I'm
to
like,
say-
fuck
Riser when you
Also-
understand, bro.
Also,
know, man.
also, this man, that's my nickname. He did rise in the playoffs. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah.
Donovan did not rise in the playoffs.
Gabe's rising
Nah,
for
he's
freaking
rising,
Anthony
he's rising.
Edwards,
Talking
bro.
about Anthony
Yeah.
Edwards.
That nigga's pants rising.
Yeah, that's what I was
28.
saying. Gabe's
I don't
rising
think
for it.
So what do you think Karl Anthony Towns is gonna average next season? Like,
22.
so you think 28, 22, and then like.
Don't
other
say Gobert's
people are
name.
gonna go- No.
12.
What seed do you think is gonna be averaging 28?
Seed?
Yeah. Just curious. Want to pick your mind
Bro,
here.
this fucking predictions hard, bro. With like standings.
Or you can give like a numbers, like you know, this is like
6
range?
through 8.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
6 to like 10, 6 to 8. I don't know, like
You think
in
he'll
that
be a
area.
playoff team.
Either
Yeah.
guaranteed locker or play in
The
fight.
reason why I had Anthony Edwards so low is because I don't think he'll average the same amount of stats.
You think he's
As,
gonna
like Jaylen
decline?
Brown,
Oh, okay,
Donovan
okay.
Mitchell, Kyrie Irving, like that's 27. So I think you're gonna have him at 27, and plus with his defensive capability, he's an MVP candidate, like you said. And I think the West is too stacked for him to even get into that conversation. And I don't even know if they'll make the playoffs with all the other people that missed it. And
That is a good
the
question,
team
though.
with Rudy Gobert, you guys hate on Rudy Gobert every second. That team is
That's why I said it depends on the team.
I definitely
If we're talking about
Visually,
playoffs,
I think.
if we're talking about
If he
playoffs,
averages 28,
Edwards is almost
the
in
team
the.
is going to decline.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
I don't think him scoring 28 impacts them winning.
I do.
How?
That's insane. That's a
Dog,
crazy thing.
what?
28?
Bro, he literally
like a Bradley
he
Beal type of
single-handedly
thing.
won them their
No.
only playoff game. He got
That's-
Bruce Brown talking
Dropping
about
40
he got Bruce Brown the Timberwolves were the toughest challenge because
Like dropping 40 in a playoff game is different from averaging that in a regular season.
yeah, it's more impressive.
It is more impressive and it's more important. But I don't think him scoring in regular season games and not getting people involved is going to help
not
them
his
win
job.
games.
It's not his
Dog,
game.
he's not the worst team in the league. Like you're saying, the Wizards. Yeah, he's a
Does
solid
Jalen
team.
Brown does Jalen Brown involve
What do you
anybody
average this
except
year? What do you
himself?
average this
Does Jalen Brown involve anybody
This
except
year?
himself?
No, this team is probably the
So
best
why?
team in the
Okay,
NBA.
so why does Anthony Edwards have to do that? If
Because
Jalen
his
Brown
team is
is
trash. Like they're not the Celtics.
So you're saying because your team is trash, you're forcing him to be a
his role
playmaker?
has to be different because
How are
of
they
what
trash?
his team.
What?
How are
His
they even the
role-
word
let me
trash?
speak.
The word trash is like
That's just
raw.
why?
His role has to be different because of what the team lacks in other areas.
Why
As
can't
far
they?
as the Celtics,
They got
the
Conley now,
Celtics,
okay.
they have something else that Jalen Brown. All he has to do is focus on scoring in order to win. If Anthony Edwards is focused on scoring, they're not going to win
But
because
you
the team
could.
sucks.
But if you argue if Anthony Edwards focused on playmaking, they'll win even less because that's not his game.
I think if
He's gonna have
if he's
6
more
turnovers
overall-
and 8 assists. Like
I don't
well,
think
you
he
don't
has
want him to do
I
that.
think he just has to pass the ball around and then get the ball, let the ball have energy to find certain players to get other players involved. I don't think he has to play make or throw loves to Rudy Gobert numerous times. I don't think he has to do that for him to be successful or for the team to be successful. I think he just has to pass the ball around and not score as many
Basically,
points,
he's
get
gotta
other
stop
people
ball hogging.
involved, make more.
But you
take more
can
shots.
you can get other
Basically,
people
you gotta stop
involved.
ball
That's
hogging.
his case, ball
But you can get other people involved and still average the same amount of points. That's
Average 28.
yeah.
Yes.
Kobe averaged 35 and averaged 5
what team were
assists his
they?
whole career.
What's he worth? I think he averaged 34.
they were like eighth.
He didn't
I
even
think
win
they were like
MVP
eighth.
because of it.
They were 8th, I believe.
I didn't say he was going to win MVP. Let's
I'm
relax
saying
here.
scoring points doesn't.
But I'm saying
to winning.
you can average. I'm pretty sure Jason Tatum. He's a better playmaker this year, and he averaged more, if not the same amount of points as he did last year. And he's
We're
a
not
better
We're
playmaker.
talking about Jalen Brown, though, right?
No, we're talking about Anthony Edwards. You're saying
Anthony Edwards and
You're
Jalen
talking about
Brown,
players who
but you're
average more
comparing
points
the two.
relate to winning?
no,
Is that
but
what
I'm
you're
just
saying?
saying. No, he's saying you have to be a better playmaker, which I agree.
I
But it's
think you have
like
to do
your
other
points
things
don't
besides
have to
scoring.
decrease just to improve your
You still shoot
playmaking.
like 20 shots a game.
Yeah, you can
21.
still score the same amount of points and be a
Depends
good
on the team.
playmaker.
I think in the position that Anthony Edwards is in, I think him scoring more points isn't going to help the team win.
Why do you feel that?
Like at a 28.
He said the
clip.
team sucks. I don't
He
agree
said-
with
what do you
that.
average
He
this
said the
year?
team's
What do you
trash.
Like
The
23,
team's pretty
24.
bad.
I want to check. He might average more, but
I checked it.
I think it's 25.
I think we average like
Anthony Edwards.
Was it
let's see what
25?
is.
He averages 24.
Right?
He averages 24.
Yeah, it's
Well, you're saying the
18?
team's like you just said the
24.6.
team's
yeah,
trash.
he's
I think we'll average like
almost
25.
25.
Hussain, they were a
He already
playoff
averages
team.
25.
Hussain, they were a
25,
playoff
26.
team.
Hmm?
The Timberwolves were a
right?
playoff team, and
When
they were
Cat
one
came
shot
back.
away from winning
And
the
the
Lakers.
motherfucker play every game in the season.
I could be wrong, but this is just what I
That's got to be a dub. For
I think
him.
if he
I'm gonna
averages,
take that as a
I don't
dub.
think he's gonna average. I don't think he's
Motherfucker,
gonna
Kyrie
Kyrie
average.
lost.
will qualify
Barely
for
lost.
the damn awards.
What?
All NBA. I know Ant will.
Part-time.
Yeah, exactly.
Superstar.
Yeah, that's
Alright,
good.
so
That's a good point.
I do got Donovan at 3. I mean, I think the reason I have him lower than the other people is because for some of the reasons that Gabe mentioned, like and I also think that for the people I have above him, Donovan is pretty new to this tier. You know, like this is.
Well, I mean, he's always been,
been
a top
nice.
shooter.
Like, he's been nice. I'm not gonna lie, but
You
like,
mean
when
like
it comes
top
to the
three,
27,
yeah.
28, yeah, this is the first year he's showing that he could do that. And you guys already said your threes, right?
Yeah, Ant was for me.
What was yours?
Mitchell.
Mitchell? Oh, okay, so yeah, so for me, you guys had number 2 a little lower, but I have Kyrie at 2, just based because
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
crazy.
I don't.
But I'm not
How
surprised.
Nah,
What?
You saying
Yeah,
Kyrie?
Kyrie
Kyrie.
lover.
Because, it's not even just a Kyrie lover. Like when it
my
comes
thought
to
first.
Kyrie Irving, like
I'll
this
bet money
nigga,
on
like
that's a better
the reason I have Kyrie over Donovan is that
He
their
need my money.
stats are similar. What's his name's team was like, I mean, he besides if you take away the off court shit, I'm always gonna ask for Kyrie because Kyrie has proven he could do this at any stage, any career, any time of the like fucking year, no matter
You
what.
can't take
Kyrie's
away
gonna give
off-court
you
stuff.
27,
That's what makes Kyrie
28.
Kyrie.
I
He's
mean,
going.
no.
He's
I
going
mean,
to
it's a good-
the
it's a top 10
But don't
list.
add legacy. We're going into like this season, next season, bro.
It's a top 10 list.
We know he's about. We know he's like that.
No,
We know
but
he's
we're
like
saying
that.
I'm saying
Even
the
without
same reason.
legacy, he's a good
He doesn't
point.
play games.
Same
You can't
reason I
take
got
that away.
Brown. Same reason I got Brown over Ant. Brown has shown that he can do this. He's shown that he's gonna do it next year. He's shown that he's nice as hell. Ant has to jump to get to where Jalen is right now.
All right, let me say
And
this.
so, but Kyrie, like same thing. Kyrie's been doing this. He's done it on the biggest stages. He's gonna continue to do it on the biggest stages. No matter what team he's on, he's gonna keep doing it. Donovan has done this 1 year, and
Well, I wouldn't say that. He's been in playoffs before.
but I'm
And
saying
he's been good.
Yeah,
Donovan's been
No,
good.
but like,
I'm
I'm
saying
talking
when
about
it
like
comes
top
to
3 level.
28 level, and when he got to
Top
the
3
playoffs,
level.
he fell off. Kyrie has gone to the playoffs, and you've seen what he's done.
Okay,
So I'm gonna give that
as
nod
for
to Kyrie every
The
time.
reason why you can't put Kyrie at 2 is because he doesn't play games. Like
That's
even
not
off-
him. That's
he
not
gets
him.
hurt.
No,
He
it's
gets hurt a
not.
lot. You have to take
No,
that into
he doesn't
account.
No,
get
this
hurt
is
that
a
much.
top. This is a top
It's
10
all
list.
been off-
We're
yeah.
judging skill.
It's all been
It's not
off.
off. It's
what's it
off
called?
skilled. Curry's a top 5 player in the NBA.
Okay,
Okay.
it's
Skill
not.
alone.
Okay,
let's-
so
Is
it's
it the
still
top
not
5 to you?
effectiveness.
In this list, we'll put him at top 5.
If Anthony Edwards played every single game this season, does that mean he's over
That's why
Jalen Brown?
Yes.
you can.
Yes. I'd put
That
him
can be an
over
argument
Jalen.
as to why you put him over Jalen Brown.
Nah.
Of course. Even if Kyrie, like, the off-court, like, stuff that he does, when he plays, he gets hurt a lot. And the past few seasons, we've been having conversations as to why people wouldn't pay Kyrie Irving money.
Okay, let me
in
tell
the
you
first
this,
place
let me tell you this,
and
let me
give him,
tell
like,
you
2-year contracts.
So
I'm not.
someone like Anthony Davis, who is always hurt, just because he's always hurt doesn't mean he's not a top 10 player in the league, right?
Well, that's the reason people don't have him top 10.
But if we're
Because
comparing
Kyrie-
his skill to the other players in the league,
Anthony
he is
Davis
definitely
can do
top
more than
10.
Kyrie
Okay,
can
yes,
do.
just skill-wise.
Anthony Davis is more smart.
I'm just saying this is
So you can't-
shooting
it's not-
guards.
it's not really fair.
This is what I'm basing my list off of, just skill alone.
Do you have him
Not-
at 2 too?
I have him also have him at 2
Okay.
because I think he's a much more complete player, and he's shown that he's that type of player. He always rises. He's always gonna be there, and just
Always
putting
going
his
to be there.
If he's on the
for,
court,
for
when
being
he-
a
that's
court,
not-
like to
That's
rely.
not the word.
Yeah, that's not. I'm just saying he's reliable when he's on the court.
when he's on the court.
Let me finish my
Definitely not when he's off the court.
When
When
he's
he's on the
when he's
court,
off the court, it's 50-50. He might be doing a Twitch stream. He might be doing something else. But when he's when you want to count him to put the ball in the basket, he's doing that. Let me just put this the very basic thing. In a fantasy draft, are you taking Kyrie or Donovan Mitchell?
Kyrie Irving.
That's all you need to say.
No, I'm taking Donovan now, but not Kyrie because he doesn't play games. which
No,
is the
I'm
reason
just,
why-
but I'm
I don't
saying,
have a
but,
fantasy
draft.
but no, I'm just saying if they're both to
Fantasy
play 82
completely.
games in a season.
If 82, like, this
okay,
is not
okay,
real.
okay.
That's not real.
Didn't Donovan have a better season than him right
This is
now?
why-
ooh, we're in Barbie land.
Didn't Donovan have a better season than Kyrie right now?
He
He
did.
did.
I'm taking if it's like that, I'm taking Donovan like
Wait,
right off.
next
I
season,
mean,
Kyrie
I got
will be better.
Donovan at 2 too. I got
So-
Donovan at 2 also.
Yeah.
But it was still very close anyway.
Do you
But
guys think Kyrie will play 82 games? Or
Hell no.
65, sorry. 65.
no.
No.
65.
No.
If I have to
Crazy,
do it,
I think it was like
I'll
60.
do it.
I think it was like
They have him at
60.
two. They have him at 2.
He's gonna protest on purpose and not play
Nah, bro, he
65,
played
bro.
60 games this this year being fucking.
He's on contract
suspended.
year. I don't care about any contract year. He'll play
No,
games.
it doesn't matter. No.
Any
You can't just say
contract
it was contract year. He
Yes,
played
he
60
does.
games.
Omar,
He played
this
60
is
games and he
facts.
was suspended for like a
Dude,
month.
are we just gonna act stupid that he
Nah,
only
but
plays
okay.
certain games? Like,
Okay, but no, you're talking about hypotheticals. This stuff hasn't happened
He
yet.
got.
He's
Okay,
talking
but
about Kyrie
he
playing
still
only on
he played
contract
60.
No, that's
this
a ridiculous thing to say.
This year he played 60 games and was suspended in the middle of the year.
So
Like,
how many games do
you
you think he'll play
can't.
next year?
I think at least 60.
And sat some just cause.
I think
He's a
if
good
I think he'll play
if
65.
he isn't hurt,
I think he'll play 65.
yeah, if he isn't hurt, he'll get there. I think he does.
But since that's the
But
benchmark for games in the NBA,
I
you
think
want to
he'll
put him
get
at
to
50.
benchmark.
If
I
he
think
plays
he'll do
60,
it.
I don't
Dude,
think so.
like he
The biggest
averaged.
reason why Kyrie has such a stain on his career is because of how many games he plays.
Okay, but
only reason.
I'm just
No,
okay.
besides the
okay.
Celtics
This is the top list. This is the top list.
This is the only time he
His
got.
character, but I'm just saying like
The Celtics year is the only time he's had a long injury like that.
No,
The Celtics year is the only time he had a long injury.
No, he missed one of the. No, that was KD. Never mind.
Brooklyn too.
But
Nah,
yeah, he
he
has
was
been
Brooklyn,
injured.
he
in
missed
both.
games.
He missed
Of
some
COVID.
games, but I'm
COVID.
saying when it comes to like he was out for a long time because of injury, it was only Boston. Like all the times he hasn't played is because of off court shit.
No,
It's
one
dumb,
day,
like,
the big three with Kyrie and James Harden.
he got
hurt
hurt
his
in the
ankle.
playoffs.
Yeah.
but that was at the end of the
That's
year. Like he
injury.
played the whole damn near the whole year.
and he did it really well. That's
Well,
what
I
I'm
was
saying.
saying-
He
play the
did it
playoffs.
because it's a COVID thing. That's the reason.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's only off court stuff that's
But
stopping
I
him.
feel like we
from-
should take off court to.
But
I mean,
those
yeah,
are
if you- if
hypotheticals. Like
that's-
you can't
you know, that's how you
automatically.
feel,
I think
that's fine,
like
yeah.
there's obviously like when you look at the person, like you can stuff like know what likelihood of something's gonna happen. But I'm just saying like I'm comparing just skill and reliability on the court. Him and Donovan Mitchell average very similar stuff, and I feel like because Donovan Mitchell did play a lot. How many games did he play this season?
68.
Donovan?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like 8 games less, and they averaged pretty identical stats actually.
Kyrie averaged more around. He averaged more rebounds and assists. If you want to give
By
Donovan that
one,
one
by
point,
one.
by one.
Yeah.
Even if
But
you want to
you give
like,
Donovan
we
that
said
one
they're
point.
similar.
winning
Yeah.
games.
That's what I said. They're
Kyrie got
similar.
that
That's
win.
why.
If you want to
in
go
the
to
other
winning
category.
games, like Donovan Mitchell at the one has won 60 games with Utah Jazz.
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
I
If
mean,
you wanna
like
get that into like
no,
detail,
because
I don't
when
wanna-
you put Kyrie on that Jazz team, he's doing the same
but
exact
Kyrie's
thing.
not number like. If you want to just use Kyrie as skill, like it's the same argument as Paul George. Like he's one of the most skilled players too. So are we
Nah,
gonna
but
have
we're
Paul
talking
George
about
at 1 or 2
effectiveness.
because of that?
No, but we're talking about what
effectiveness,
they still can
Yeah,
do.
what they're doing.
I'm not gonna say like some hypothetical healthy Paul George is gonna be doing what he did in Indiana.
So
Like,
none of these guys are better than Anthony Edwards too, bro.
it is not as much as like because he's proven to still play that much. I guess so, but like
Where did you have Kyrie on your list? 4, right? 4. I think
don't know.
Jalen Brown's a better player than Kyrie.
yeah, I got and Jalen Brown
That's
over
crazy.
Kyrie. I
Yes.
mean,
especially if without the off-court stuff, there's no way that Kyrie is not.
I mean,
at least top
didn't
three.
Jalen Brown didn't average more?
I mean,
points,
him
but he's
and-
more consistent. in
No,
what he
and
does.
he got the
and
two. He got the two,
efficiency.
yeah.
Like you like field goal percentage. And stuff like that.
Kyrie's still an efficient player. He's not like a
Kyrie's
chucker.
as efficient as Jalen Brown.
I think
but
I think
more-
Ann will have a better year. I think
Did he
Jalen
shoot
Brown
50?
offers two-way ability, and I think
By
like
0.3%.
the Donovan Mitchell thing is interesting because like yeah, he's probably a better scorer, but at the same time like Donovan had a really good year, and you guys are underestimating. I think you're underselling him. Like yeah, he didn't do well this year in the playoffs, but he's had like you said with Utah many successful seasons. He came in as a rookie and beat the MVP of the league, Russell Westbrook, in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
he's not-
like
we're talking
he has
about-
just as much success. Like yeah, Kyrie won a fucking championship. Be playing with LeBron James.
Yeah.
I think if Donovan Mitchell was in a similar situation, he could give you similar results.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he's not as flashy, he's not as nice, he don't got the drip and the
I don't know
spin on the
Donovan
layup.
Mitchell. I don't know
Hey,
Donovan.
Restradamus.
Wait, no. I don't know if Donovan Mitchell hitting that shot over Curry in the finals though. Like, come
here
on.
we go. Here we go with that shot.
He scored 71.
That's his whole career.
Kyrie,
Free throw merchant.
Kyrie
Free throw merchant. That was a free throw merchant game. We know.
Nah, but when it
he had
comes
a
to the
crazy
point-
play, he missed a free throw on purpose, got it back, and scored.
It's the same thing as like we're talking about like when you get the top three, it's hard to like
Yeah.
you gotta.
They're
nitpick
very
a little bit,
similar.
you know,
Like it's a similar
you gotta
tier.
nitpick,
I just
especially
like
when
it
they're
because
when they're that.
We're
What's
talking
it
about
called?
like disowning players like Jalen Brown and even Anthony Edwards. I think I have Kyrie higher, but like not disowning.
Ant's
that's
better
not
than
word.
Ed- Ant's
Disowning,
better.
no, disowning. You're
said
like
you're not my son
discrediting.
no more.
Discrediting is the word I wanted to use.
Yeah,
You're discrediting
well,
those players just solely off the skill, which is kind of insane.
I mean,
And- and
it's a
stats,
top
too,
list.
like,
Yeah,
stats.
like, when it comes to
But-
just effectiveness and stats, like
There's a
Kyrie
reason
Irving
why
had a
it's
better
more-
I'm
season.
judging these players
He
on
had
their
a better
ability in
season
playing
than
basketball.
And Jalen, you know, if you
Then,
guys
even
have
for
Donovan
them-
over him, I understand because they're right there, and if
Yeah.
you take his off court into account,
Antics,
I can see
yeah.
why you would have Donovan
Yeah.
over. So it's like
I take
you
it into account, but it's not
That's
as
cool,
strong.
but
Yeah, it's not.
when it
I
comes
just
to
think you
the-
guys are like a little too
Nah, 'cause
harsh
I
on
think
Kyrie has
Nice,
low
I love
defensive
Donovan,
skills,
but-
well. I'm just gonna say
Yeah.
that.
you know, you gotta like
Low
nitpick
defense.
some, and it comes to personal preference too. Like
the playoff thing is valid.
I don't even think it's that valid because the team was so bad to the point where Donovan Mitchell is gonna get dragged down as well. Like Dude,
But
Jared,
that's a
what's the
5-point
Jared
drop
Allen
is
quote that
crazy.
we always say?
The right
Life
side.
for two, right? Like, if my teammate saying that, you think I'm gonna average 28?
Yeah, you still gotta do your own shit. You know what I mean? Like,
But, like,
it's
other
not like
players are
Jared
playing
Allen.
so bad
Jared
now.
Allen doesn't affect the game or wasn't it that much. Like,
It
it's
does.
Jared Allen. He's not he's not
Darius
offensive.
Garland playing bad.
But Jared Allen, what he's saying, Jared Allen's badness doesn't affect Donovan's
Well, yeah.
3-point percentage, like
You
correlated.
know what I mean?
But I
Like,
That's
feel
what
like-
he's saying. That's what
But
If
if
players
Isaac
aren't showing
Okor's in the
up-
corner, he's not missing every three.
I'm not gonna pass it to
Yeah,
him.
like,
Okay, but no,
and now the
listen,
lanes
listen
getting
to
clogged
this.
up. Jared Allen can't make a fucking
Exactly.
layup. The center won't
Caris
leave him.
LeVert can't score. Like,
Yeah.
Nah, but listen to this. Listen to this. Huss,
Huss, like,
Huss, listen to this. Okay, this is Donovan Mitchell. This is Donovan Mitchell regular season, 28, 4-4. You know, he shot 48% and he shot 38% from three.
Good
You know,
numbers.
great. But
Great
in the
numbers.
playoffs, in that series, he only had one series. He got first rounded,
I
but
understand.
he had 23 points. Right, that's a 5-point drop. He shot 43%, but he shot 28% from three.
That's bad.
That's like, you know what I mean?
bad.
Like,
Let's go to
that's
Edwards.
bad.
Let's go to
You
Edwards. Look at Edwards.
can't like you can't say, oh, Jared Allen wasn't playing that well, so he shot 28%.
Look at his whole
from three.
team though. Like, if
they
your whole
all-
team is
they
playing
played
bad,
But
yeah,
if your team's playing bad, it stops you
Bro,
from
if
playing
I'm in
well
a-
because
if
now
I'm
they
in
don't
a
have to
playoff
focus on
game,
the other players. You
if
know.
I'm in a
But
playoff
you
game
still
and
got-
everybody
you still got-
is
that's
like,
a big drop.
everybody
and
here
big-
can't
if
score.
you're
I'm not giving him a pass, but I'm just saying like
Alright,
the
but-
fact that the team wasn't playing well also didn't contribute to the fact that
Yeah.
you know it didn't
So,
help.
like, say this: if we're playing like
Jim,
a
pick up.
5-on-5 pickup game, and everybody here sucks besides you, like, you gonna pass the ball to us? Like, these niggas are
You're gonna
trash.
chuck
Like,
up
you're
shots.
gonna
Hey, in the
shoot the ball,
playoffs,
right?
no, in the playoffs, his
In the
assists
playoffs,
went up. He got 7 assists.
Bro, in the playoffs, it's
And
more
they were
ample
missing.
for
He
us.
would average 13.
He was breaking, nigga. Look at his percentage. He was breaking.
His assists went up in the
He was
playoffs and the
breaking.
fools was
Yeah.
breaking.
He was breaking, so he had to pass the ball.
Donovan,
Like, that's
you
what
have to
happened.
shoot it more,
That's what
'cause
happened.
everybody
Because
else
he
is
was
no
breaking.
shot.
He had to pass
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ball.
All these
yeah.
niggas is trash. I'm gonna shoot the ball more. That's
Nah.
what he's doing.
No. Donovan
You're not
Mitchell,
rolling.
when there was no play happening, he would chuck a three.
Yeah,
Every
who's not
single
gonna pass
time.
it to? Isaac Okoro?
So that means I have to chuck a three? So that means I have to airball shots?
That's a better shot than Isaac Okoro.
But I mean,
Chuck, a half-court three is
if
better
you
than
guys-
Isaac Okoro in the corners. Missing
those-
those shots.
you know, for Gabe-
Of course
for
we'll
Gabe,
shoot
who has,
20% with that man on my team.
wait, who has Kyrie third? It was you or
I'm
Gabe
Kyrie
has
5.
him lower.
Yeah,
who had
I have Kyrie 5.
No, I think
Adam
just
at
you,
four.
bro. Oh no. Adam
I think
at
yeah, 4, right?
Yeah,
Or 3.
yeah.
4,
Yes.
3.
No,
I
I
thought
didn't
someone
have
just.
three.
I thought somebody
I
else
had Anthony
also had
Edwards.
Donovan and Kyrie interchangeable.
No, I mean,
Okay. Yeah, I
Mitchell
think-
have three and Kyrie have 2.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
that
Hussain
if
did.
you wanted
Hussain
to,
did, yeah.
if you wanted to interchange them, fine. But I think that Kyrie deserves more credit.
It's a
I
good
understand the awkward
conversation,
stuff, but I think Kyrie, when it comes to stats and effectiveness, he is top 3, no less. Like
Fence
Okay.
book.
So-
Let's go to 1. I guess.
Number 1, I got Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves.
Jalen Green. Number 1 for the Taylor Swift allegations. You gotta be number 1.
Bro, I think the number 1 here is like the only like actual different level like player in my opinion. Like clear.
We're all agreeing on
Yeah.
this one,
I guess
especially
we
after the
just have
fucking
some
playoffs.
Think
Nah,
it's
I
unanimous.
left him off my list.
He didn't show me enough.
You know what? He's a small forward.
Shout out D Book. Shout out D Book.
shout out
Unanimous
D-Book.
number 1, Devin
Hey,
Booker.
I'm gonna ask you this question: is Devin Booker the best player on his team?
No.
Think KD's better?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Didn't we
it's.
talk about
I think it's
yeah,
close.
but
I think it's
closer-
close.
Booker is
closer
the
of a
number one
debate.
option.
I think it's Booker's team.
Closer of a
I think
debate
it
than
is Booker's
Book
team.
than-
As in, he's the number 1 in my
Yeah,
opinion.
Yeah, KD went to that team for Book, and
Yeah.
Bradley Beal went to that team and says Book's team
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I think
KD, but KD too.
This is
If
Book
KD
Nation.
wasn't on that
Yeah.
team, he's not going to the Suns. Devin, or sorry, Bradley.
Well,
Beal.
yeah.
Did you talk to him, bro? Did you talk to him?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you don't know.
I feel
that.
like
in
it's,
between slapping him up,
Anything's
let him
better
know.
than Washington.
yeah, honestly. I feel like it's the
Tyus Jones
Golden
and Jordan.
State, the Golden State thing. Like, it's obviously Steph Curry's team. KD's the better player. It's Steph at the time.
I get that, but when it comes to
Or
stats,
even now, I still think.
when it comes to
I'm not
stats,
opening
I
this
think
debate at
that
I think Book
I
played
think
better
Book is
in the
gonna
playoffs
be yeah.
too.
Book
He
is
did
gonna
way
be
better.
Book is gonna be closer
I
to
think so,
KD
too.
when it comes to like stats and effectiveness
That's-
than Steph was.
Book's
at the
about to
beginning.
average like 8 assists soon.
That speaks to Kevin Durant's great.
Wait, can I see his stats?
He's
You
so
said,
good
oh
as
my
a
God.
player.
Book.
Yeah, but
Hey, you think I'm crazy? I'm kidding.
every time, man, I lost my train of thought. I think that speaks to
He's
Kevin
definitely
Durant's
averaging
greatness
like
because
8 assists
he's so
in the next
efficient
season.
and he
bro.
doesn't have to shoot the ball as much, and he's able to get the star player
Oh,
involved.
but
to
when
be the
Anthony
star.
Edwards does it, it's fucked up.
Anthony Edwards,
Bro,
we
but
haven't seen him do it yet.
Listen, you say the same KD like verbatim,
That's
word
what
for
I'm
word.
trying to say.
No, but dog, like you say this exact bar speaks to KD's greatness.
bar,
Like,
word
bro,
for
you
word.
say the same line. Like, I know.
That's
Like,
his
Yeah.
Bar for bar, word for word.
Go to.
I love when he brings up KD, bro.
Nah, I
What else can I say though?
Nah, like I think
Yeah.
that it's gonna be a much closer debate, especially next year, than most people would. Most casuals would feel.
I'm curious as to where you guys have him top 10 when we do our overall top 10 list.
Maybe at 10.
Or maybe
I mean, I
not
feel
even-
like
think he
the
might-
best
I
the best
think
shooting
after
guard in
last
the
year, he
league
might
has
crack
to be
it.
in the top
Yeah.
10
As
at
far hard
least.
to do it off the top.
Yeah, but then you'd have Kevin Durant's for sure a top 10. Like, see?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got 2 top 10
Who's better?
players.
Who's the better player?
I mean, I think
They would be like
it
right
could-
next to each other.
Yeah, I think it could change like going into next season.
Because we saw
you know?
how they both performed in the playoffs. Like they had to like give it their all, and they're both pretty close.
Devin Booker was playing like MJS.
But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nigga was like, bro, it was almost like it's almost unbelievable. I know it's not a regular
Yeah,
thing,
but like
even to like achieve that level,
they both have to
is
play
like-
for their lives.
You don't see them
Yeah.
niggas doing it. You don't see other.
he didn't have like
no one
one
on this
bad
list
game. He didn't
besides.
have, like,
They had to
What was it,
average like
38
40.
points per game. I'm a 70% field
nobody
goal.
on this list-
That's ridiculous, bro.
No one on this
Bro.
list besides
If you looked at
Kyrie
it
has
like,
has even the ability to do that.
Kyrie doesn't have that.
No, I think
To
Donovan has the
average
ability.
30 in a average 30 in a
Donovan
playoffs,
has done it.
Not that field goal
Yeah, that's
percentage
true,
though.
that's true.
That field goal
But
percentage.
he's averaging 30.
Okay, not that
not
field goal
doing
percentage.
that.
I don't think any of them would get
Yeah,
that.
bro.
Booker's
Devin
in
Booker
the
was
league.
shooting, and you
He's
know
in
it's
the
going
league
in.
of his own right now, like,
The only person that can't plays with him.
Maybe Steph can do it.
KD
Steph
could
doesn't
do
shoot that much.
Yeah.
Steph didn't shoot
I
that
think
much
when it
either.
comes to the rest of these shooting guards, I think he might just be in a league of his own just off of what he showed last year.
Yeah.
It's just like you can't even.
He was fighting for his life in those series,
Stats
bro.
wise, cool, but like he like when it comes to efficiency and just like the way he does it is just like insane to watch, especially in that playoff run. That was like
his field goal truck. Everything was green.
it's just, yeah, like he literally can't miss. Like
Really green.
I think that deserve like that for me solidified him like above these people
Yeah, for
That
sure.
was the last time you saw him play.
head and shoulders. Like
The only
that shit
reason,
was
like,
crazy.
we were ranking it earlier, he got injured in the season. He missed a lot of
Yeah.
it. So we were, and that was before the trade and everything.
I still
But
had him
ever
as
since
number
then,
one.
he was,
yeah, it
I still
was
had him
like-
as the best shooting guard in the league.
Earlier,
Him or
Donovan
Mitchell.
and Devin Booker.
But Booker
Well,
has
Donovan
proven.
also up to that point was having an incredible
Instant-
year, and then
yeah,
once
he's
the
had a good
playoffs
career
hit,
year.
the tides
There
turned.
are switches.
Mitchell
That's where you make your money.
dead, and
Drop
then
off
Booker
guys.
went crazy.
Yeah.
So
Literally, that's
Yeah,
not
'cause-
the Joel Embiid fall off as well. You saw what happened in the playoffs. That's why everyone has Jokic as your number one.
halfway
now.
through,
That's actually crazy.
halfway through the season, Donovan was averaging like 33. Like nigga
Yeah.
was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? But
he had
then it like
the
it
71 game,
like
too.
yeah, then it dropped down.
No, he was
but-
like an MVP candidate in
Yeah.
the first couple weeks too.
Then it dropped down a
Kyrie is
little bit.
better.
Yeah, Kyrie is better. Kyrie is better. Hey, man.
We gonna see next year. This is a next year prediction. So
Yeah.
basically
All right,
going
yeah.
into
You
next
said you
year.
wanted to do the game.
Let's do the
Hussain?
game.
Let's do the game. One of them.
All right, Omari.
Yeah, shout out
Brad-
Book. I feel like we spent so long on the other people. Shout out
Shout out
Book.
to
Yeah, we
everyone.
all
agree.
we all
Yeah,
agree
it's
on it, so I think that
unanimous,
speaks
yeah,
for
like,
itself.
just too nice.
You said everything that
We
we
cannot
did.
argue against Book.
As a
No
former
flaws,
renowned
good
Devin Booker
defender,
hater.
too. Good defender, keeps getting better. Like
That's
he
what,
keeps
that's
getting
what
better
I
at
was saying
other
with Zach
aspects
would be,
too. Like
once they started winning, he started trying more on defense and become
Yeah.
good. That's why I
That's
think
like-
You
Zach
start
could
winning
get-
games. You start playing
Gabe is a reformed hater
Remember what I
now.
used to be back in the beginning of the podcast?
You can talk now since it's full circle.
Yeah, so,
Devin Booker.
so
why
I
are you a
used
firm
to-
Devin Booker fan? Why do you like him now? Why does he
So
like-
there's clips in the beginning of the pod, you
How
know,
did he
kind of
win
like
your
lower quality, but
where
still.
was y'all at when no one was on my
When-
dick earlier?
When
Yeah.
me and my boy Isaac were saying Donovan clears Booker, yeah, I've changed my mind. I don't know if Isaac did, but yeah, Devin Booker is him. He's
You know
indeed
what?
that guy.
Good thing he didn't show up. He would have had Donovan.
Yeah, that's
Mitchell number
crazy.
one on his list today.
Oh my God, he would have.
He would have Tyler Hero definitely like top 5. I know he starts, so he must be good.
But now, congrats to Book, bro. Book is number one right now, so
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah.
It's pretty
Those
good.
Unanimous.
playoff games change your mind.
Dude, 38, bro. 70% is ridiculous, bro.
Beautiful too.
I can't even count to 70. I'm kidding.
Alright, man.
Amari, for having Kyrie at number 2, we shall test you out on this game.
Nah,
I'll
bro.
shoot you.
Last segment.
It's not even a game. It's just like a cool challenge.
Yeah.
I hope
It's a
Kyrie's
game.
on that list. You
Alright,
should
it's
put
list.
Kyrie on that shit.
All right, so Gabe knows the 5 best 2 on the look.
Don't show me. Don't show me.
So I'll start with
Okay.
Devin Vassell.
Damn, Devin was saying that's. Thought you gonna say Devin Booker. Like,
Stupid.
Cause I gotta think if you'll have somebody like. I'm trying to think
Change
if
it,
you have
change it.
people under or above. I guess safe. I'll go 4 just to be safe.
Damn.
At 4?
Yeah.
Devin Vassell. Okay. Cam Thomas.
5.
Okay. All right.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards. That's a good one.
Duh, number one, Omari. Come
2.
on.
You got him at 2. Okay.
Tyrese Maxey.
3.
Kyrie Irving.
1. Easy.
There you go.
You got it.
I'm nice, nigga. I'm nice.
I think you should have started with Anthony Edwards. He
5 out of 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
would've
was tough.
Bro,
I'm gonna do Devin
look at that.
Vassell.
That's
Vassell's a good
knowledge,
middle.
man.
You don't say that first.
That's that
You should have started with like Ant or Kyrie.
I think the top 2 you gotta say first.
You gotta
That
start
throws
with
them
good
off.
players. That way, it's
I
like.
didn't have enough time to think about the list. It was
Hey,
before the
nice,
pod.
man.
So like he's good, but there's people better than him, and there's people
definitely
worse.
That's how you
There you
know
go. We got
Omari
one
God.
in,
Omari God knows ball.
There you go.
That's how you know. Just
Small forwards next.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah,
on.
we got small fours next week.
It's more difficult.
Yeah, hopefully. Let me preview this list. We don't have to obviously make it, but I'm gonna see if I can preview just to see
who on
some
there?
of the guys that are on there. I want to see.
Yeah, we can have the viewers think about their list.
Yeah.
Make their own little list.
You guys can, you guys can drop one in the comments below. Well, actually, drop your shooting guards list. We want to see that first because this is the video for that. And then next week you can drop your small
So you
forward.
guys don't think Klay Thompson will ever be a top 10 shooting guard in the rest of his career?
The guys coming up are too nice.
Like, I think people are ascending like, and he's not on an ascension. Like even if he plateaus, and he's still like as good as.
I mean, he could bounce back a little bit, but I still don't think it's good enough.
People are
for,
gonna just go above him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We got guys like Tatum, LeBron, Kawhi, Jimmy Butler, DeMar.
I already know who I'm putting with.
Why is Paul? Why the fuck Paul Reed is listed as a small forward, bro? That's
My
shit
number
crazy.
one.
Cameron Johnson, Mikal Bridges. That would be interesting. Mikal, we gonna see.
I know 1 and 2.
We gonna see where Mikal going.
I don't know, man.
I know the
He
first
might
line.
be over KD.
I know the first line. Judging from the 26 games.
The literally dead
Based
last
on
rank.
that.
The dead last ranked small forward on here is Isaac Okoro. That's all I want to say.
He is booty, but all right, man.
That's it. That's all we got for
Good
the pod.
episode today.
Almost a 2-hour pod. Again,
sweating.
yeah, it's hot as fucking here. We should fucking crazy.
Makes the
Yeah.
conversation better, though.
Heated arguments.
Literally heated conversation. Yeah. Drop a
So the
like
Drews
on the
did.
video and drop your shooting guards list in the comment section below. Let us know who had the best list too. If you see this on a short, we'll probably get a top 5. Yeah. That's it. That's it for today's episode. Make sure to like, subscribe. Tune in next time. We'll see y'all. Ball don't lie out.